Check. Little behind today. No, no fault of my own. Not to lie. I think up until like 9:20, so like 10 minutes ago, I was in the middle of doing 14 still in the content that we're gonna do today. Basically, woke up, did what I needed to, a little bit of work. Got the kids ready. Dog's been walked, and then yeah, she's back to the grind. This content really gets me, but gonna be a little bit more variety today. Cause also missed out on like my breakfast. Well, yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So 14 is getting a collaboration with Final Fantasy VII for the next raid series. And I was talking about yesterday how I was like, ugh, another collaboration for 14. Kind of like very meh about it, because usually when they do collaborations, it's just, they don't really add any of the world building or much to the game, aside from, you know, being just nostalgia bait. But the more I'm sitting on it, I think I'm actually really excited for the 7 raid series, because the Dawn Trail one was very much focused on, or the theme was like wrestling. So we had like the lightweight division, the medium weight division, and then the heavyweight. Shut up, Sloth. I've come around. And I'm like, okay, that theme, I get it. A lot of people liked it. Me, on the other hand, I was like, not my favorite. Like, if you were to tell me, like, what do you want the next raid series to be? Some sort of wrestling theme, like arena like that, probably would have been at like a low tier choice for me. So that got me thinking, I'm like, you know what? I really do like Final Fantasy VII. I like the aesthetic. I like the steampunk aesthetic. I like all the monsters in it. I have a lot of nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII. I'm excited. I'm in. Especially thinking about like all the enemies that are unique to 7. You know, I start going down the laundry list. I'm okay with it. I want it. Well, yeah, I think the fights... Well, I think the heavyweight fights, I understand that everybody liked them and they were really good, but I care more about like actually who you're fighting. Like, that's my most important thing. Like, what are we fighting? Is it cool? Like, do I just like the vibe of it? And again, the wrestling thing, no. But if you put the sewer monster from Final Fantasy VII or the materia monster, I'm down for that. That sounds cool. Genova, same thing. I'm more interested in that. And then the whole steampunk vibe. Like, I think Final Fantasy VII does the magic versus machinery really well aesthetically. Yeah, we don't have like medieval knights in attire like this, but I think it makes the aesthetic of Cloud with the giant buster sword, like, it works. Do you kill rats in FF2? I'm thinking. I don't think so. Big rats we do. Big rats, yeah. There's a Criterion dungeon. First enemy, first boss was a fucking rat. Killed the shit out of it. Big rat too. Big. I gotta tell you, I fucking love blueberries, guys. Blueberries are good for you too. Yogurt and blueberries, this is the way. Anyways, I wanted to just give an update on my thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII collab. I've come around on it. I'm excited about it. Evangelion though, no. Definitely not excited for that collaboration. That's gonna be hot garbage. That story is nonsense. I just like relaxing music. Love the piano. This game's like the whole package. The music's really good. The spell effects are a little kind of like over the top, but they're very flashy. A lot of quality in them. Great. This is for adults. The whole MMO genre is for adults because we're the only ones who play it. The new kids aren't playing MMOs anymore. They're playing Fortnite, Roadblocks, etc. It's only old people who play MMOs. I think if you polled everybody's age, they would be like 30s, 40s, 50s. Also, Sloth, you see this? I have a Necromancer's soul shard. And it's my second one. Yeah, 14's age is unironically 30s and 40s. Oh, well, fuck you, Sloth. I got 2 of them. I'm like, these drop rates must be pretty high. Okay, that's breakfast time. Unfortunately, I already had my coffee, so now I'm on water. Yeah, MMOs used to be huge. I mean, Twitch was literally built, like one of the big cornerstones of Twitch was like World of Warcraft, and it still kind of is. Like a lot of people who started off watching Twitch when it was first made. WoW was huge at the time. And so there's always been a strong World of Warcraft fan base. And I feel like there always will be. Because again, it's just one of those games that kind of made the platform. Or at least a lot of people who enjoyed WoW came here to watch it. And so that community is just kind of like stuck around. Like it'll always... WoW will always be the top streamed MMO. Period. But as far as like biggest population, I think it's wavered. I think 14 took them for a second, but now I think there's just too many iterations of World of Warcraft because you got classic hardcore, you have like their TBC or Wrath like progression server, you have retail, and then you have their remix servers. You have like 5 different versions of WoW going on that people all like are very nostalgia about certain ones, so they're pulling in so many different like old fans and maybe new fans. I don't know. WoW definitely probably has the most subscribers, but they're all disjointed because there's so many different versions, so they're not all together. Whereas 14, it's one game. But for a relic weapon, this is kind of the thing that you do to grind in this game is you improve your purple weapon here. I love how my character's always naked. Anyways, the step that we're on, we need 100 of each of these. We have 81 of this, so we're going to get this really quickly, and that's going to take us to our next relic step. And then the final step... Sloth already showed me what it is. I'm not happy about it. We'll talk about it when we get there. Let's go inside the Northhorn, and we're just vibing today, guys, as usual, with 14. It's just like, this is what I'm going to be doing until we finish the Fork Tower, which is like the main event for this map. And then once I get done with that, we can move on to something else. But this is what I'm doing. Let's give ourselves our buff, and then let's just get into the map. All right, there's a... Oh, I missed pots, son of a bitch. It's crazy to think that League of Legends. What are like the big games that are just gonna stick around forever? League of Legends, Counter-Strike. I think Valorant has earned its spot. You know what I mean? It has that staying power. Minecraft. I guess you could throw Roadblocks up there because it's, I think, more popular than all of them. What else? What else is usually just at the top all the time? And the funny thing about like Counter-Strike is it doesn't really receive that many updates. You know what I mean? It's literally just the same game it's always been. The more you think about it, Slot, the more you're excited about the new zones. So, okay. With the whole... So what they're doing is they're level syncing you for the zones in the next expansion. Is it just the first 3 zones? Or is it every zone? Because the way the little infograph worked was... Oh, God. Somebody was saying like this is the most diabolical bait out there. I'm petrified. Hit me with it, Sloth, because the infograph showed you get basically 3 zones before you kind of hit your first trial. And 100 needs more blood. Well, this is... MMOs are supposed to be mass appeal. And yeah, there's not going to be much blood in this game. If any. Well, no, there is blood in this game for like cutscenes, but in regular combat, no. It's not like Dragon Age where you hit one thing and you're just covered in blood. I love that. But yeah, this is Final Fantasy, so that's not usually what they do. Game is a bit loud. Okay, let me turn it down. I might have bumped it up after stream. I want to go to 25. A nice... I can't. Damn it. That's going to bug me. We'll go right there. Well, the way I saw it was... Maybe I should just go find the infograph. But... It had, like, you start at, like, the first 3 zones, and then it had, like, a stopping point here, where you could do any one of the 3, and then you get to that point, and then... It looked like it then funneled everybody in at that point. It's like three zones that are open, like open level sync. You can just do whatever you want. And then after that, you're kind of funneled in. Everybody's funneled into one area. I think that's really just to relieve congestion because since Stormblood, you've had 2 zones to choose from in the beginning to again funnel everybody around. Oh shit, what was I just doing? Okay, so it was that. So 3 zones, trial, 2 open zones, trial, last zone. That'll be interesting. The only thing I don't like about... I flip-flop on this, by the way. No problem, Lana. Anytime. That's why... I'm glad you say something. Because I don't really know on my own when I'm listening to it. But something I kind of flip-flop on is like level syncing. Like the world syncing to your level. Like, from an RPG, how many... Like, I like going back to difficult zones and then beating the shit out of stuff, right? But then again, you want the world to kind of feel always dangerous. But then if everything syncs to your level, then leveling up and getting more powerful really isn't really a thing. So it all feels very samey. I don't know. I don't know where I sit on it. I think I'm right now in the camp of... I like feeling stronger, going back, and then stomping on things that I was struggling with before. Maybe if there's like a leveling range where, late if what's going on, I am doing that North Horn in that Relic. I think I need that one. I don't need that one. Never mind. I mean, we're going to go do it anyways, but... Oh, we're almost done with Bard. Thank God. Again, I wish they gave us more information in Berlin about something else. We're just going to wait for JP for them to tell us everything. There's going to be so much revealed in JP for the Fan Fest. It's going to probably be very, like, overwhelming. Somebody wants me to join their party. Okay. Hi. I went with like a very minimalist UI. Like even when I select the enemies here, usually there's their health bar up here. I just took all that off. I want to see what I'm doing in front of me. without all the craziness. Like if they made again the normal story zones more like Eureka and Baja, that'd be great. Do I have any friends here? Andre, you're trying to hurt my feelings, but no. No friends here. They would have like orange names. That's how I identify if I'm like in the same area as a friend. But what I do like about this type of content is you bring all these people together and you'll essentially see the same people. So like that spontaneous interactions, then you become familiar with the same people over and over again. Like if you have a mega server, you basically never see the same people over and over again. But with this, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so. Kind of reminds me of like Lord of the Rings Online, where because you were on a server, you basically got to know a lot of people. Like there was a PvP zone, it's called the Entmoors. And if you were on like the good side, there was like one of the PvP leaders, his name was like Budhorn. And so if you knew Budhorn was on, it's like, okay, the free people, we're going to win today. But then you'd see like a Reaver or like another Orc on the other side. And it was like a very notoriously like skilled player. He was really good. It's like, okay, avoid that guy or kill him first. Anyways, I don't think you get much of that in 14 or really many MMOs anymore. But here, again, we get a little taste of that. A little bit of that old school vibe. Beast of Reincarnation is coming out in 3 days. What the heck is that? I saw... There's something like fantasy, like extraction game? I'd have to look up the names. One of you guys were telling me about it before. Oh, look at those swords. Oh, I gotta remember what this guy does. Oh, this is one with the pictures. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be the first picture that's just a big old AoE around him. We want to get away from him. And then this was a cone. It's similar to Nier and Stellar Blade. I need to play Stellar Blade. For science, of course. Running around with everybody else. Plus they have Stellar Blade 2 coming out. And I'm like, okay. Was gonna get it on PlayStation. I don't think so anymore. I think I'm on the boycott Sony train. Oh, let's get out of the danger. What's great about Paladin here? I can still do my big... Oh, shit. Hang on. I was gonna say, I can still do my big combination from far away. Yeah, you're glad they cut ties. Well, I know. I kind of wish Square Enix would kind of cut ties with Sony more. I was looking up yesterday, like the Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy 14, and then like the Switch 2 in general. Ah, it's just it's so expensive. Alright, this is gonna be a cone. That's gonna be a big explosion. There's the other cone. We want to go this way. Okay, everybody else is standing over here. Just kind of gonna go with everybody else. Yeah, it's all crossplay. Everybody's on the same servers because Xbox has this as well. Which way are we going? Okay, one side was right. Ooh, run, 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 run. And we're good. Yeah, the Switch 2 version is coming out, I think, soon. Yeah, crossplay is fantastic. Like, what I love about 14 here is I can shut it down on my PC, go boot it up on my PlayStation, and I'm playing the exact same file, exactly where I left off. I don't need to pay another subscription. It's just one subscription. That's really good. Really good about 14. Now it gets a little wonky with Switch and how the subscription's gonna work because Nintendo wants that money, so I think you have to pay for a special like Switch version subscription. Which if you already own one from another platform, like the regular subscription, I think it's like 50% off. Anyways, it's basically like, why would you pay for 2 subscriptions for the same game? Anyways. I think it was the only way they could get 14 on the Switch. It was like a deal breaker for Nintendo. Nintendo's great, but their online like gaming philosophy is kind of dog shit. It's really weird. Well, you know what I didn't realize, Lana, is so the servers in Elder Scrolls Online, they're separated. So PC and console, they're on completely different servers. But the consoles have like open mic voice chat. Just if you're running around, you can just talk. And if you're in proximity, people can hear you. I thought that was wild. I was like, who the hell is talking? I thought it was cool. Because I know New World also had like open mic talking, which is super immersive breaking, by the way. If you're just always hearing somebody with their mic on. But then again, it's like kind of cool. You can literally just walk up to somebody, and as long as your mic's on, you can say like, "Hi, what's up? How you doing, brother?" Other than like, you know, typing it out. Alright, this guy's gonna be dead soon. And then we'll be maxed out on Bard. I don't know how I always end up on Bard. It's like a curse. I don't think we need the death counter today either. I don't think I'm gonna die very much. Kinda got like the lay of the land. And dead. There we go. What did I choose? I didn't choose nothing, Sloth. I didn't choose nothing. I know exactly what I'm doing now. Okay, so Bard. The last thing is Hero's Rim here. That's pretty good. This increases our damage dealt, healing potency of everybody by 10%. And reduces damage taken by 10% for 20 seconds. That's really good. Stupid bards. They get everything. Alright, next job. We got a couple options here. We can go with Blue Mage, Chemist, Dancer, or Necromancer. There's also Freelancer down here, but this levels up according to how many like masteries you have. And this kind of like just piles them all into one. Ooh, I got Treasure Sight now. So I can see treasure on the map. That's cool. I think I'm going to go with Necromancer. Yeah, that just seems the coolest. Blue Mage, we'll work on you later. Chemist, kind of basic. Dancer, I do like Dancer. But I think Necromancer. What do we get here? Deal unaspected. They need to think of a new word other than unaspected. Just like normal or physical damage. With a potency of 150. And it scales on your item. Ooh, this is... Okay, this is a drain ability. So, deal damage, heal ourselves. Cool. We'll see what that looks like. Problem is, I got all like the phantom jobs that I was like interested in the skills and how it would like vibe with a paladin. I already got those out of the way. So like the bard, actually bard worked out really well. But the other ones I was just kind of like, whatever they do, I don't really care. Let's just level them up. Let's get them out of the way. But now with Necromancer, I can actually show what this looks like. Because I'm interested in that. Kind of gives us a Dark Knight feel. Mixing in a little Dark Knight, because we do have Dark Knight as a job. Also, we're using our Monster Hunter mount from the Monster Hunter collaboration. Ooh. I got hit anyways. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Okay, we literally just take like an orb of life out of him. Cool. What's the cooldown? 40 seconds? That's alright. You're a bad puppy. And to continue like the story in this map, I need certain, oh there it is right there. I need certain events to pop, and you kind of have to like prep them with like killing enemies in the area, and it kind of puts it into the queue, because that's how this whole event critical engagement system works. Everything's like slotted into a queue. Like there's a normal rotation that's on just like a basic timer. Nobody needs to do anything, but if you want to spawn special critical engagements, you have to go around to where the critical engagement is and like kill a certain type of enemies, and then once you hit that threshold, it'll shove that critical event into the queue, you know, and then it will pop eventually. I'm pretty sure this one here and this one here require somebody to go and like kind of prep it. I don't know if anybody's doing that, but that's kind of what I'm waiting on as far as like the story. In the story, I don't really know what's going on with it. That'll give us a lot of knowledge level. I think that's the level they use here. Yeah, knowledge level, which kind of like this is it's like this zone's own leveling system, which it maxes out at 40. And we have to be 40 to do the raid or the dungeon here. And that's like the kind of like the final thing to do. And so once I do that, I'll feel really good, because then I'll feel like, okay, you've seen everything in the zone. You can kind of just like chill out, do more phantom jobs, earn some currency, because these areas are really good at making gil or earning like exclusive items. Like there's a new accessory item with the lantern. You hold like it literally is just your character holding a lantern, but that's cool because we don't have stuff like that in other games. You want them to have some sort of knowledge level in the Evercold zones? I don't know if they do that. Like, okay. If they did do a system like that, I don't think it could be like at all tied to the MSQ. I think the MSQ is just, it's the lowest hanging fruit, because the MSQ, like, you gotta remember, Sloth, the FF14 community are like a bunch of babies. Some of them just like want to do their brain dead dungeons, MSQ, and then treat this game almost like a visual novel. I think instead, you know, you let everybody just do the on the rails MSQ, let them finish the story, but if you go back into the zones, then you know, you can work on a sort of like knowledge level system that'll open up vendors. I don't know what else. Stuff like that. I kind of wish they would have like every zone would almost have like a dungeon associated with it, where it's like you prep the zone and you can go in, like once you do all the prerequisites, you take your party of 4 or whatever, and then you can queue into like a special dungeon that like stays all within the same map. It's not like its own instance. It's just like you go to the spot, you meet the criteria, and you just kind of like teleport to a hidden locked off area within the map. That'd be really fucking cool. Again, I think that gives like that system totally works in the parameters of 14, and I think it gives the game back that more MMO adventure feel, because let's be honest, kind of don't have that with this game too much, except for in these type of zones, mostly because everything is just like hit button, queue into whatever dungeon, whatever trial. I'm getting myself excited for something they're 100% not going to do. Ooh, look at that drain touch. That was a lot of health. Yeah, make it zone specific. So if you're just staying in one zone, you just stay in that one zone. Yeah, I don't like the whole traveling with hunt trains. Like, it's fine. But yeah, I want them to do something new. Also because hunt trains, when like the expansion first drops, absolute shit show. As far as like latency, everybody teleporting into the same map. Some people get, you know, spun off into a different instance. It's horrible. I don't really know if I need to talk about like my what I'm doing as a tank here. It's like literally just a melee rotation, which is why I keep all my buttons over here. Oh dear God, run! And then my melee rotation feeds into my ranged magical rotation. It's basically about it. And then like this side over here is all like my damage mitigations. I have some like party-wide buffs that I can pop. Very paladin. Starts there. Okay, we're working this way. We're working this way. Ooh. You know, another reason I was like kind of a wee bit late. Does anybody play Helldivers 2? Oh, Leo's on, Sloth. But Helldivers 2, they announced they showed the trailer for their Warhammer 40k collaboration. Everything's collaborations now, by the way. Thanks, Fortnite. But they showed off the Warhammer 40k stuff. You get like a bolt pistol, a las rifle. There's like a melt-a-gun too. It looks okay. But I was watching that this morning. I was thinking, when do I play Helldivers 2 again? I don't know. He's been logging in? No way. Oh, dude, has he even beaten Endwalker? Gamer. Oh, I can't type in FC chat while I'm here? This is cringe. Avoid the spinning blades of death. Woo! Ow. I got hit. I got hit. I'm screwed. I'm so fucked right now. Pop everything. Can't kill me, I'm a tank. We call it tank privilege to get hit by everything. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why I just dove in there. He has been playing? He finished Endwalker? Where is he at? Oh shit, he's in Dawn Trail. He's gonna make it. I'll see if I can chat to him in a second. I don't know if I'm allowed to do it while we're in combat here. Dear God, keep going. Elm Gigas. That's a great name. Oh, Sloth, you're doing the, whatchamacallit, the Relic grind, the last step. I'm gonna be there shortly. I only need 20 or 16 more, and then we'll talk about it. But it's basically, hey, you remember Dawn Trail? Do everything all over again for the final step, and it gives you like the glowiest weapon and the best weapon for the expansion, which will carry you to level, what level are we in the game? 100? Yeah, 100. It'll carry you to 110. That's really the only reason to gear up in this game, if you're not doing like hard content, is just so you don't have to worry about gearing while you're leveling in the next expansion. But then again, while you're playing the expansion, they throw gear at you all the time to kind of make sure you're up to speed. It's very casual. Oh dear God. Got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle. Okay. Excellent. Oh, there we go. I can type. Ooh, I leveled up. Deep freeze. What does this do? What? Okay. Deals ice damage with potency of 300 to all enemies in a straight line. Okay. Increases to 390 against targets that are weak to ice. I wish they would play more with the elements in this game. As far as stuff being weak to like fire, ice, or strong against them. Like a resistant vulnerability system. But they don't do it very often. Fenrir, I think it'll get you to 110. I really remember whenever I get like the final tome set, which is what I have now, it carries you basically all the way. Maybe to like the second to last dungeon, maybe third to last dungeon, but it carries you most of the way. Like no problem at all. Yeah, I know, Kronos. Yeah, it is. FF is very much known for like that elemental affinity, and it does use that sort of system in, again, the different pockets of this game, but not the main overall game that everybody kind of plays. It's in like this system here, this own like sectioned off field content that has its own rule sets. This is like the only time they play with like the actual elements. I think they thought it was going to be too complicated because back in the day, they did have a pretty heavy emphasis on physical damage and magical damage. And they've kind of shied away from that and just made it like normal damage. But yeah, I kind of like the elemental system. Anyways, what else does this do? Why does this have a 17? I need to use this. It has 17,441 right there. What does that mean, Basil? Is that how much health it takes away from me? Wait, additional. Afflicts yourself with doom. Wait. That doesn't sound like a good idea. I'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. They have... yeah, Icebrand is a really cool sword in tactics because, yeah, you can dual wield them and then hit them once, ice falls down. Hit them twice, ice falls down. I think it's one of the only instances where a melee weapon can technically hit like 4 times. Because there are the twins, not twins, but the brother and sister. I don't ever remember their name because I hate them. Oh, fuck, pots. But there is like... Their spells that they use, the holy or the hell and heaven spells, are the only ones that can like multi-hit. Yeah, those two. I hate them. I've tried to like them. I've tried to use them. I just... Nope. Their hits are way too inconsistent. But outside of those two, that is like one of the ways you can do like a multi-hit. So these events here, this one's a little different because this is a pod event where we do this and then a certain amount of people get a pot that follows them around and it basically will lead us to treasure. And it can be bronze, silver, gold, and it'll give you these gold obols and other stuff. So they're definitely worth doing. It's just the amount of people who get the... like basically the treasure map. It's limited. I should do the Evil East raids in this game for y'all. Because they got that music, they got the enemies, you'll see Agrius, you'll see Cid, Eustadio, some of the 12 Lucavi. Like here, I didn't win a pot. Son of a gun. Alright, let's go back. Rafa I use because she's really good at magic find, right? So she's always my magic finder, usually. But Malik, yeah, he sucks. I'm always like, I'll just make them like a white mage and a black mage and like, they'll be fine. But then it's like, I have my generic soldiers that I've had the entire time. I'd rather use them. I don't know when we're going to do a tactics stream, but it'll be soon. I want to play tactics. Where is my bard? There you are. I need you to use Romeo's Ballad. Increase my XP that I'm earning. Switch back to Necromancer. Only 5 levels. Doomsday. Chaos Dive. Hellwind. Damn. Necromancer's sick. Or at least it has some really cool names. Yeah, she's just like a really easy default character you can use for treasure. Although it's, again, not as big of a deal anymore because of the quick save system. So you really could just use anybody. Go onto the square. If you don't get the loot, just quickly reload and do it again and again and again. If anything, by the way, when we play tactics, I want to show some absolutely just busted shit. But I really wish they went more into the elemental system in tactics. Because they kind of do, but not much. Where is everybody? I guess they're getting their treasure. Sloth, I have an entire Let's Play of tactics, okay? It's actually done really well on the channel. I was very surprised. Like, I literally just booted up the game. I'm like, I'll just play it. It's done extremely well. I'm like, maybe I could be a Let's Player, but then I like have to think about it, and I feel like the only reason I can Let's Play tactics is because I just know so much about it, and I just love it. So I could yap about it all day. And there's not many games like that for me. These snakes have big cones in front of them. I'm just gonna back it up. Yeah, look at that. Fuck. And everybody inside gets frozen, petrified, you could say. Oh shit, I'm talking. Yeah, reminded me of that one fight, Chronos. The Undead Lake before... Fuck, what's his name? The Sephiroth wannabe. Elmdor. That fight is so hard. It's not hard, but it's difficult. It catches you off guard because they're all undead. So if you don't actually use that whole just throw a phoenix down at them, it can be hard because there's a summoner, there's lots of archers, and they stay in their position on the high ground. It's so annoying. Join us for Red Lizard Gamer. Oh, I did. Yes, I will. Okay, we did it. Hang on, let me turn in my quest. Yeah, did they? Chronos, I might be crazy, and they did not list it in the patch notes, but did they buff Tactician mode? I swear they did. That patch they did, maybe it was like a month ago, I think they buffed the health of the enemies in Tactician mode. I haven't looked into it at all, but I was replaying it and I'm like, damn, these dudes have like 800 health, and I was still like in the level 40 range. Let me turn all these in. I get a new weapon. I'm gonna look into that because, yeah, enemies having like 999 health is just crazy. Yogurt. So this is Geralt, not of Rivia, and he always crafts our relic weapon. So he had like a continual story in the game. I'll have to report on it if they did buff up their health. I don't know. Give me my weapon. Undertake this as a paladin? I think, yeah, getting to level 70 definitely bumps up their health to 999. Wait, what? Oh. I need to get this Arcanite, which is, I think you're going to give it to me. Yep, I have enough. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, and then I need to take off my weapon. This part's always annoying about when you're turning in these weapons. It's like, you have to have it in your inventory, but it's like, I have it equipped. Blah, blah, blah. Give me my new sword. Hang on, our person is sitting there saying Leo's being a little baby. I'm telling him we know he sucks, but it's okay. Alright, what does this new weapon look like? Let's see. That's not what I meant to do. How do I pause? Stop moving. Also, this game has a great camera mode. Yeah, so you can just take a bunch of screenshots. How do I freeze my dude? There we go. You can freeze him. We can take a look at the equipment here. Alright, I really like the shield. This looks great. That looks sick. Sword-wise, it's very pretty. I don't know what's going on at the hilt here. I don't know if I like that. That might be a little too overdone for my taste. Overall, I think it looks really cool. I hit hold, thank you very much. There, I'm ready. Do you need me on tank? What do you want me on? What do you want me on, babe? Move my thing down here. Is this Samander? Samander, is that the right word? Wait, I don't have the right gear on either. Uh-oh. We'll be fine. Oh boy! Veligamander. That was close. Leo, you're main tanking. Brother. Leo, how's the glam looking? Very usual. This is how this game does huge bosses, by the way, like something like Shadow of the Colossus. It's kind of like they just hang off the side of the arena. How did we get up here? I don't know. We terraformed the area so we can like have a proper arena. No collateral damage. That's kind of the philosophy of the Warrior of Light. Alright, he's doing something probably cone related. Yeah, there we go. So when he goes green, we get in. They need to change Holy Spirit. Okay, red. I think red means get out. Yep. That's red. Get out. Let's just get away from the center. Oh god, it's a cone. Ow! What does this do? It's
Suffer injury, powerful act. Trauma results in a concussion. Alright, that's fucking rude. What do we do? Okay, that's a raid wide. And we're slow. Okay. Avalanche approaching from the southeast. Southeast? Oh, there it is. Woo-hoo. Here comes. Woo! So this just means keep moving. If we're not moving by the time that thing ends, you get frozen and then you take a lot of damage. It's not good. Southeast. Move. People really like this fight because it uses like the environment like this. Which unfortunately, I think this is the only time they do this in this expansion. So it's very much a test. Alright, this is that cone. I need to get in the corner over here. Aha! Not this time. Let me help out my other tank. I can throw him a little bit of a shield. Okay. What do you do with those? Oh dear. Don't like that. Throw him another shield. Lightning. Got like a little lightning jar here. What does that mean? What does it mean, Basil? Okay. Oh, we're messing with gravity here. And now we're levitated. See, this is a thing from like, this reminds me of Float from Tactics. It means blindness. Yeah, I saw that the all white. I'm like, yep. Screen sure is bright there, 14. Thanks. That's like 14's thing. It's like, let's be really flashy. Ow, getting hit by a lot of things. Like this. Everybody's going over there. I'm gonna go do that. Bolt of lightning. Okay, we need to drop this not by anybody else. Probably should. Okay, is that it? Okay, those areas, those are gonna shoot across at us. We just need to make sure that we're not facing any of them. It's kind of like how you fight in 14. You're kind of looking at the boss, but you're also looking at his charge ability that he's using. And then you're looking at the arena. The arenas are super important in, oh, double tank buster. I'm going to... Leo! A dirty dog. So both tanks are supposed to step into that. And if you don't have both tanks, you die. Alright, I'm going to invuln, and nobody's worried about me dying. Son of a bitch. Oh, damn it! Sloth! I didn't pick up the other quest. I gotta do this fight again. Son of a bitch. Fine. What are you doing now, big boy? We almost got him dead. This is probably the best trial boss from the expansion. It's like the first one you fight. A lot's going on here. My eyes! We have like a permanent bleed on us. Woo! Oh, that looks bad. Let's back up. He's backed up and he's got... Okay, we're going back to ice. So I think things are on rotation now until we kill him. Because every 14 fight is on a timer of when they'll do their moves. And then once you go past how many abilities they have, they just have a repeating phase. Oh, actually, this one's a little different now. So it's got these things which we need to avoid, as well as the avalanche coming behind us. Good. Okay, this is get in. There's a donut. Valagamanda. I've come for you ahead. Keep moving. And then we also have enough for a limit break, which is like the super cool move, which usually DPS wants to do it. Fudge. And it's over. Good. Easy peasy. I will give my commendation to the healer for keeping me alive. I'm not going to say anything. I was going to say, Leo, do you remember how a double tank buster works? Ah, this is what I need to do. Undertake this as a... What is this? Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. Paladin. Yep. Okay. Oh, he started it. Okay, where is it? Here we go. So if I want the shiniest version of the weapon we just got, the game's like, here's a laundry list. You remember Dawn Trail? You remember all the activities in Dawn Trail? Do them all. So we basically have to fill in each one of these orbs, and each one of them has their own task. So right here, to finish off this little sphere, crystal, circle, we have to slay a bunch of rare enemies. We have to do fates in a certain area. And we basically have to do this for all the zones in Dawn Trail. Cool. For this one... Oh, okay. So for these first three, it's literally just do all the maps and kill certain enemies. Easy. Then you have to do all the leveling dungeons again. And then you have to do all the post-MSQ dungeons again. You got to fight all the trial bosses again. And you have to do all the alliance raids and all of the raid bosses all over again. And then, and only then, will you get the best weapon for the entire expansion. I will do this. We will do this. Not on stream. But I will get this done because it's just something to do. And I want the shiny glowy weapon. I have every relic weapon from every expansion. Not gonna stop here. Excuses. Okay. Alright, now I can go back into the other map and we finish off what we were doing there. Let's see if these two ding-dongs need me for anything. Although I can see what they're saying in this zone. So that tank, he used to be a pretty hardcore player. Perfect legend, which means he did ultimates at the time. So he still thinks he's got it. And to be fair, it probably does. 14 is very much about repetition and just like learning a flow. So it's like riding a bike if you've already like achieved that skill level. Me, on the other hand, yeah, I'm not making that sort of commitment. I'm an extreme type of guy because usually you can get done with those in like one day, dedicate a couple hours. If you're on comms with people, you can get it done in like under an hour. But if you're just doing it with a bunch of randos, then yeah, you can get it done in a few hours, one day. What does this do? Deep freeze. Take this. Okay. I don't know what that number means. What I do like about 14 here is the animations of the bosses matter. Like he's got his tentacles up in the air and they fall down. Oh god. And usually if there's no like animation, monster animation, it'll give you a big ass like telegraph like that. Which is wild if you think about it, because the move sets of your character, there's so many particle effects. And I've taken away everybody else's particle effects. Like I could turn on like the rest of everybody's and it would just be like a light shit show. And it's like, how are you gonna be able to see what the enemies are doing? Anyways, at least you can turn them off, so the game is way more readable. I know probably watching it is a little difficult, but just know it's all going according to plan. Now, does this hurt me or not? Okay, never mind. Alright, critical engagement's up there. Let's go grab it. Just gotta go through the forest. I don't know if we're gonna make it to... We're level 30. We have 10 more levels. It's gonna take a couple days. At this rate. Unless the story really gives you a shit ton of experience, which it might, but I'm kind of time gated on that unless these other events pop. Like literally it's gatekeeping me. Ooh, survey point. I'll take that. Lore. The Morrow Wood. I love the occult crescent vibe. First off, occult, so like cultist stuff. But like necromancy, void scent. This is my vibe. A lot of dark undertones when it with this material. What else we got? Okay, so we turned in. We don't need these anymore. Oh, somebody wants me to join the group. I will join gladly. Right there, that's good. But I don't need these anymore. For another, if I wanted to do another relic weapon, I just need to turn in tomes, which you earn by doing literally everything in this game. So it makes it really easy to get the relic weapon for alt jobs, because we have a shit ton of jobs in the game. Like it's this whole list, and each one of them have their own unique weapons, except for Blue Mage and Beastmaster, because they're limited jobs. Oh, they put Beastmaster in. That's cool. We don't have it yet though. But yeah, that's a lot of ultimate or relic weapons to grind out just for tomes. I wonder if they'll speed up the system, because this is like a daunting task, really. I've only kept up with my Paladin and then my... I always want to call it Hunter, but it's Viper. I mainly play Viper, Paladin. Yes, I have Bard leveled up. Not by choice, it's just the only job that has a bow and arrow. So that's why I keep it leveled up, but I like Machinist a lot. Using a gun. That's a good time. I don't know if I'll do any more leveling for the expansion. I used to have everybody leveled up. I just kind of fell off the bandwagon. Now I just kind of go with what I like, instead of like the completionist mentality. Now, the only thing that sucks about this step and like this crystal is you can't get it done in this zone. Which usually they give you an option. It's either you complete the relic in, you know, the normal content, duty roulettes, the dungeons, whatever, fates, or you do it in, oh god, or you do it in the new field operation zone, which is usually a little bit more, you know, grindy, but it's its own thing. And yeah, last step, gotta do it in the open world. A faint wind stirs. Okay, so obviously the wind is gonna blow this way. We want to stand over here. I'm just waiting. I don't think I've done this fight before. Okay, so it just pushes us, obviously. Okay. Shiny feet means it's an AoE, a point blank AoE. Which means get away from them. I really want to know what this 17,000 means here. Because it's not the damage. Damn, that does a lot of... Maybe not. Hang on. Let's see what my normal combo is doing. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. Nice. Dude, Necromancer's the way. These phantom jobs are definitely more important as far as like what you pick with your job in the, again, the dungeon or the alliance raid in each of the zones, because that's where you have to like party up, and it's a little more difficult, although I haven't been in there yet, so I don't know. But out here you can pick whatever the hell you want. But there'll be like traps on the ground, so you need somebody with a phantom job that can detect traps on the ground. What else? They have some other like quirky little things. Again, like more like old school kind of like RPG. Almost like skill checks. Which again, this is the only area of the game where they like kind of lean into that. Other than that, everything else is kind of just easy. Oh god, that's a point. That's a donut. I need to get in under that. Let's use it again. Let's use Drain Touch and then hit him with the Deep Freeze. That's just cool. That's a cool ability. I'm a fan. Sloth, let me know if Leo's doing any more of the like dungeon or trials from the expansion, because I want to get those off the list. Faint wind stirs. Okay, it's gonna push us. Let's not get pushed into the purple tornado. Ah, please push us. It's all about timing. Okay, good, perfect. Right there's a safe spot, and you ran all the way over there to do what? Ooh, wind blade. Just cleaves the entire room. Unfortunately in this game you can't just like sit back as far away as possible. You kind of want to stay pretty close to them in case they do some shit like that and move around. I'm gonna sit right here. Wait till that goes off. Step into the safe zone. Easy. This is that point blank. Get out from under them. Big stomp. Everybody gets hit. Nobody's dead. I would switch jobs in here, but all my armor is it has a special attribute for this zone, and I only have the heavy variant of it. I haven't worked on the other armor sets because, well, it's just another grind. Stay here. Good. Also, they do give you... Where's the wind blowing? Oh, all the way over there. They do give you like a little lore section over here. This winged beast scours the isle for interlopers, kidnapping them to fuel its nefarious deeds. Everything's got a story component. Alright, this thing's gonna die soon. This person has collected 10 vuln stacks. This person has collected 10 as well. Good. I think the max is 16. Once you hit 16 vuln stacks, maybe it's on the 17th, but you instantly die. Alright, this one's dead. Did we get anything unique from here? Oh, we got the lore entry, which I didn't have. Add that to our journal. Can read that later if we so please. What else we got here? No, we really just need those other events to pop. I'm wondering if we just don't go try to prep them, but if we do that, then we're gonna miss out on other critical engagements. I need to switch back over to Bard. Give me my bonus 2 XP. Switch back to Necromancer. We're good. There's a fate. I put markers down on everything. That's weird. Or I wonder why. Yeah, on the South Horn, well, I guess it's the same here too, but one of the best way to get the gold tokens here is to just grind mobs. Like, grab a bunch of them, kill them, and like, it just gives you a bunch of gold currency. But like, the easier way, kind of like the lazy man's way, is just to wait for the pot fate, and then hope you get selected for the treasure, and that'll always give you gold currency, and it'll give you like a big bulk of them, like 400 if you get a silver chest, like 800 if you get a gold. I think bronze is like only 100, but that's kind of like a passive easy way, which I haven't even looked at the vendor for the gold tokens. Usually they put like different jobs, phantom jobs you can unlock over there. Like, I have 4,000 silver, which I believe I can get the armor here, or at least a piece of armor. I think they're 4,000 each. I don't know if I need to do it though, because I still have my old stuff. Oh, I guess it gives you more strength. I don't know. Ooh, buffs all around. Thank you, team. Let me edit my UI a little bit. So I was like clipping down there at the corner. I'm like, I can't do that. Can't be having that. Alright, there's a critical engagement. Please be one of the ones I need. Of course not. A Beast Unleashed. I don't think I've done this one. No, I don't think I've done this one. Okay, good. There's the fate there. Am I going to make it in time? It's at 17%, 19. Yeah, I'll make it. All we really got to do is a tank, which is another benefit of playing tank. First off, you can get hit by everything and survive. But the other thing is to get credit. I just ran into everything. To get credit, being on the threat meter gives you almost like guaranteed maximum participation. Whereas if you're a damage dealer, you have to hit a certain threshold of damage, which usually isn't hard, but running in there and hitting him once puts you on the threat board higher than everybody else if you have like your tank stance on. So that's really easy. And then healers, I think healers still have to do damage. Playing healer in this game is actually probably the most difficult thing because you have to heal, you got to keep everybody alive, you have to mitigate their damage they're taking, and then you also have to do damage. So you're juggling a lot of things at once, whereas tanks, our DPS rotation is slower, like we don't have as many button presses as a DPS. But as far as the actual gameplay, we're kind of just doing the same thing the DPS is doing, except for we have some defensive cooldowns we can pop. That's about it. So playing tank in this game is actually extremely easy. I know people think of tanking as being pretty daunting, but it's not. It's really easy. Because I can fail a lot of mechanics and still be alive. If I was playing like a DPS class, you can maybe take 1 or 2, but after that you're dead. People are saying they soloed the Fort Tower. Interesting. I mean, yeah, those are what those are designed for. All of this is designed and scales to one person. So even if this content is dead, nobody's here, if you come into the zone and you want to do, you know, progress through here, you should be able to. The only thing that's going to hold you back is your own skill, but everything will be, you know, scaled to one person doing it. I think it probably still takes a while, but you can do it. It's the same thing for Baja, and it's the same thing for Eureka. Although I think Eureka, I don't think you can do Baldessian Arsenal. No, you can't because you need multiple people to stand on certain plates. Oh wait, yeah, we've done this one. The Carbuncle. The very terrifying Carbuncle. Not so cute. But I was thinking for a healer. I'll tell you what would make me play healer is if they added a cleric type class. So heavy armor, shield, something like that, and then a melee weapon. I would play a healer if we had one of those. And maybe your... Because one of the issues with healer, what they don't want to do is force you to be in melee range. Like healer very much needs to be wherever, you know, the party needs them. They can't be kind of restricted to melee range. We're safe now. So I was thinking like a way around that would be to have basically your main little attack chain. Oh fuck me! I wasn't reading. I was yapping. But your main attack chain kind of change depending on where your range is. So if you're in melee, you'd be swinging your weapon, but as soon as you walk outside of melee range, you then start a more magical range combination instead. Same damage, nothing else changes, it's just like the aesthetic of your attacks. I think that'd be cool. I think we want to go over here? No, yes. I think it's just kind of stand in here. Oh, because we're getting knocked around. Got it. Because right now all the healers are... We have White Mage, uses a staff, kind of like your traditional healer. Or priest, or whatever you want to call it. We have Scholar, which like reads a book and has a like little familiar that will heal. It's like a fairy. Or Carbuncle, I think, like the cute Carbuncle. And then we have Sage, which uses like these little, almost like little robots. I don't think we're safe here. We could be. Maybe not. No, we're safe here. And then what other healer do we have? Hang on, I gotta look. Oh, Astrologian. Okay, they like use like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is not gonna be safe. That's not gonna be safe. Oh god, it's this one here. Tail, claw. Okay, so we stand front. We move to the back. Oh shit, okay, so somebody's saying in the chat that after I do the In the Shadow of the Tower quest, the next quest is literally get to 40, level 40. Okay, so there's not going to be a bunch of quests we're missing out on that are kind of stagnating our knowledge level growth. Got it. Okay, we're going to get knocked, and we're going to go from that way. Okay, so we stand here. We wait. It pushes us. We're safe. Ba-da-bum-bum. Let's use Deep Freeze. I like that. Just like a line ice wall. Big hits there. I don't think we're safe here. This mechanic, they draw out these little sections, and then if any of these crystals are on the wall, it like reflects it into the entire walled off area. See, like right here, it's against the wall, and then that shoots off the entire like enclosed area. So you want to be in one that there's none against the wall. Took me a second to realize what was going on there the first time around. Like just with the last fight, same thing as before, where the arena is super important as far as what to look at. Like the tile set here, bunch of squares. That's how, that's where you need to stand. All right, tail, then claw, so we need to stand front and then work our way back. Start in the front, work our way to the back. This is a raid wide. Very good. Looking at anybody in the map is saying anything about prepping those other quests. Let's focus here. We're gonna get pushed over here. Okay, very simple. This is all repeating now. Push me. Up. Oh shit, right into it. Look at the range on this thing. That's cool. That's so cool. I'm wondering what they're going to... So with Evercold, they're adding different animations for your skills. So if you're doing like a Dragoon dive, how you dive and like the stance you take while you're diving can change. Like you'll be able to set it. I'm wondering what they're going to change for Paladin. Like which abilities of mine are going to be, you know, am I going to have the choice for the aesthetic? Because again, we haven't gotten much information about it, and they just showed off the same job as last time, which was Dragoon. And it showed one where you're kind of just like going down, like a normal dive, and the other was you're kind of like got your feet first, going down with the with your jump. More information would be great. All right, let's see if we can get it from the vendor here. This is silver. The Paladin set. Let's compare it to... Oops. Let's compare it to... Obviously it's a higher item level. But is that really it? Just the base stats? Because the Occult Crescent effect is the exact same. Eventually we'll be able to level it up. But the question is, what are we gonna need for it? Okay, it's the armor. Okay, this is... Okay, so we need 3 of these. Okay, this will give us the +1 variant, which we already have it for our chest piece because we exchanged it.
Yeah, none of these count towards me now. I wonder if I can go back to the map and then check to see if I have anyone that I can upgrade. And then I'll get the better version already. Kind of like a little catch-up mechanic. +3. Oh, so you would already have the best stuff. Oh, no, you wouldn't. Damn. Lot. Okay. Big grind here, by the way. If you want to do it. I don't think it's necessary to like complete even the hard mode version of the Alliance Raider dungeon in the area. But if you just want to like super melt it and make it easier, you can grind that out. There's a fate. Let's go do that. We've killed this guy like 13 times now. Okay. He's back up. We'll go ahead and wait till he's done using his putrid breath. Actually, let's hit him with a very long... Oh, look at the range on this sucker. Nice. That's cool. Big fan of that. Big fan. Where's the critical engagement? Let's see. Okay, it's right there. Ahead of the competition. I don't know if I've done that one. And then our next level with Necromancer, let's see, we're gonna get Hellwind. It's just kind of another big effect. Okay. So I think the idea is you want to use Drain Touch. It gives us this buff for 5 seconds. And then you hit them. Oh shit, I have Doom. That's not good. Okay. Phew, shit, that's dangerous. I love it. So the way Doom works is you get a timer. And if the timer reaches 0, you die. And the only way to get the timer off is you have to hit 100% HP. So you have to have basically a way to heal yourself back up to the tippity top, which luckily as a paladin, not very hard for me to do. The benefit is it increases the potency by quite a bit, which means it does more damage. Nice. Okay. I like that. I like that. This is a very cool Phantom job. I want to call it a subclass, but it's not the right terminology. It gets you thinking about your rotation, and like there's a little bit of a skill payoff because you want to set it up right, get the big damage, and then you have to heal yourself or else you die. Makes you interact with the combat a little bit more other than just doing my normal, pretty basic rotation. Got my pages here. Got quite a few. I think if you collect all these pages, you probably get the mount for the zone. That's how that's how it worked in Shadowbringers with their field operations. Everybody's got their motorcycles. Got your low rider over there. Got some orbs everybody's sitting on. That's another reason why you always need like a sequel with MMOs, just to hit the reset on all the goddamn crazy mounts. Oh, my weapon doesn't even glow. I guess that's just for the last step, huh? Boo. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of the sword. I like the shield, but the sword is a little... It's like too decorated. Ah, the Hydra. I remember you. We've done this one before. So, Drain Touch, Deep Freeze. We have Doom on us. Alright, Doom's off. Okay, good. Cool. This can be extremely volatile if we are failing mechanics and we have like 50% health. Nice. In the Eureka content, when you would hover over an enemy's name,
it would give you their elemental affinity, so you could play into switching out your elemental type, so you could play like to their weakness. I don't know what this area is talking about, like enemies who are weak to frost. Like where's it gonna show us that? Green touch, deep freeze. We have doom on us. Let's seal it up. There we go. That's fun. Very little simple addition, and it adds a lot of value. I doubt this is like the optimal combination with like paladin. You probably want to put this on like a black mage or a red mage, because I'm pretty sure even in the the raid area for this zone, I think tanks basically just want to double up on tanking stuff. So I'd want to pick the probably the knight phantom job. Oh fudge, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, good. Alright, we're good. Drain touch. Doom's off, great. I think this is just avoid the damage circles. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. Oop. Oh, this keeping you on your toes, that's for sure. Oh, fuck me. I'm safe right there? Yep. I think I'll use Drain Touch and I'll hold off on the Deep Freeze because, again, I don't have much health right now. Start our magic combination. We can get the 35 today. I think we'd be good to go for tomorrow. And join the Fork Tower. Whenever it spawns. Oh shit, okay, so here we need to move in here. We're safe for a good bit. Damn it, I knew I didn't want to stand there. I'm waiting until I doom kill myself. That's a danger. Really, that's the one to avoid, is the, or pay attention to, is the, don't look at the, it's like the don't look mechanic. I'm pretty sure that one always freezes you. Fuck. Well, there I go. I did not stand in a great spot. Thank you. Floor tank. Back up, baby. Gonna wait a little bit. I'm invulnerable for 1, 2, 3. Okay. Nice. That drain touch too, just for a little bit of health. Might be my favorite phantom job. We haven't even gotten all the abilities yet. Oh, I need MP back. Okay. Let's do our melee combination. This gives us back a lot of MP. Probably need to do it one more time. Okay. This time we're gonna be flawless. We're gonna stay here. Wait till he hits this section twice. Stay. Stay. Now go. There we go. Perfect. MP's back up. Rain touch. Deep freeze. Oh shit, we need to heal. Okay, Doom's off us. Alright, Hydra's down. 31. Good, good, good. Go back. I don't think we're going to hit the cap of our silver currency. Obviously, you don't want to overcap. So as soon as we start getting closer, we might need to jump into the southern horn just to see if I have any like leftover currency to upgrade my gear. Go down here. Oh, this person plays this content a lot. He has 17 phantom jobs mastered. I think that's most of them. I only have 9. You can look and see who are the real Giga Chads when it comes to the Occult Crescent content. But you, come here. I want to click ya. We're already fighting here. Let's join the action. It's always fun coming over. Oh, let's tag him before he dies. We get full credit? We sure do, because we're a tank. You have 15. God, I'm feeling like I'm way behind. Okay, there we got a 5, 2, 16, 4. Alright, I'm somewhere in the middle. Damn, we're gonna need like over 10,000 experience to finish Necromancer at like level 5, because those bring us to level 3. Level 3 is gonna be like 9,000. That'll bring us to level 4, and then yeah. We'll need like 10,000 to go from level 4 to 5. That's going to be a hell of a grind. But you know what? Necromancer's a lot of fun. Nez, what's going on, brother? Oh, we're on the grind, baby. We're on the grind. We finished off the relic weapon step that we had to do in here. And so now to make it like really glowy, because right now it's just kind of plain, and it's at 790, which is actually pretty good. But to bring it up to 7095, we have to do basically a tour of everything in Dawntrail. I don't think I'm gonna do that on stream, because I think I will literally just be bitching the entire time about all the dungeons, all the trials. It'll just bring back way too many bad memories. That's not true. The Alliance raids are fine. The raid, again, they're fun. They have good music, at least. Really good music, actually. But the dungeons... I don't know how many of you are active players with 14, but the dungeons I think have been pretty bad because, not because mechanically, but because they've used the same aesthetic for like a majority of the dungeons. It's that Solution 9, that Electrode, vibe. And they used it over and over and over. And it just gets very tiresome. They've never done that before. Usually when they introduce a new dungeon with the MSQ or whatever, again, the theme and the aesthetic is usually vastly different from one another. But for whatever reason, Dawntrail, they're like, let's use the same kind of template or tile set over and over again. Really, really bugged the shit out of me. I'm nitpicking, by the way. No, Naz, listen. A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker. The first 5 expansions in the base game, fantastic. Really good. A lot of fun. It's just Dawntrail. It's just like a quality drop. Everything else is up here, and then Dawntrail's clearly down here, and it's just what happened? I would love to do a review on Dawntrail overall to get all my thoughts out on it, but I feel like it's already been said by somebody else. Ooh, what kind of sword you got there? That's a sword from... I think that's your job sword from either... I think Shadowbringers. We got a minute and a half to kill. Let's look at everybody's glam. Okay. Cool sunglasses. Right on, right on.
I do appreciate the fact that everybody, like, we have our gear and our glamour system is basically completely like unlocked. There's not many barriers. So if you want to be a black mage and wear like heavy armor, you can do that. If you want to wear a robe as a paladin, you can do that. But if you look at everybody's glam, they kind of stick to, you know, their job's aesthetic. Like here's another paladin. They have a sword, they have armor. You have this warrior here, they're wearing armor. There's a pictomancer. Don't get me started on pictomancers. What a meme job. The wings, by the way, these are like the holy shit. Mr. N6, whoa! Dropping in a lot of subs. What the hell, brother? Oh, thank you. Is it because I was complaining about Dawn Trail? I could do that all day, really. Thank you. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, you get the unicorn mount. I think you have to gift like 3 subs. But yeah, if you want to, let's see if anybody has it. I don't see it. No, nobody has the unicorn mount, but yeah, there's a unicorn mount going on right now. I don't know what the promotion's for. Mr. N6, thank you very much. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, really subbing for the channel is just literally just support the vibe. We don't really pay gate anything. I don't think we ever will. Kind of like very much a hobby, chill. We hang out, we play what games I love to yap about. And 14's always there. I have like all the encyclopedias behind me. They're like really good collector's items, like they're really quality products. And like back in the day, you would get the encyclopedias to kind of learn more about the world as far as like places we haven't been to yet, and they would kind of give hints at where we would go in the expansions. Unfortunately, like the latest encyclopedia, they just kind of give you a recap on things going on that we've already learned in game, which is a little sad. Alright, this is the boss that has a bunch of like animations that kind of tell you what they're going to do, but the problem is, look how big this thing is. And like this, I'm zoomed out as far as I can zoom out. Now technically, on the down low, there's a bunch of very easy plugins that will extend. Okay, so left first, and then right. Got it. But there's a bunch of easy plugins that will unlock how far your camera can go. Okay, it's always left swing, then right. Gonna run over here. Gonna be the left swing again, then right. Same thing. Okay, now I got this one. Now this one was really messing me up the first time we did this fight, just because can't see shit. Hey Nez, when does the Switch 2 version of 14 come out? Because I don't own a Switch 2, but I can guarantee you, whenever somebody posts a review on how it performs on the Switch 2, I'm gonna watch it. Tuesday? Damn, that's soon. Now, wait, Nez, you haven't played yet before, right? This would be your first time jumping into 14? Does the Switch version get the trial version? Because you can play literally A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers all on a trial account without spending a dime. You have like some restrictions as far as using the market board and retainers, but you get so much of the game for free. I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of hours. I would maybe look into that. Because I have like I have a trial account that I play. So I have like my main one here that's obviously up to date on everything, but I also have like a free trial one that I just play when I'm not subscribed. Okay, well hey, fair enough. Hey, I think it's totally worth it, obviously. I have like, this is probably the MMO where I have like the most hours in. But yeah, it's really good. I think it's well worth it.
But yeah, when it comes out on Tuesday, yeah, I'm gonna wait for people to review it. I'm gonna watch it. I just have like a curiosity towards it. Because like I have 2 kids, so this is where I'm coming from. At the end of the day, as much as I would love to stay up till 1 a.m. gaming, it's not happening anymore, brothers. It's just not in the cards. I am wiped at the end of the day. So usually it's just like my wife and I just chilling and hanging out in bed watching like TV or whatever. And it sounds very cozy to like have 14 in handheld mode and just play for like a couple hours. And so like that's really where my curiosity for it comes. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to get a Steam Deck, but then, you know, prices got really jacked up on those because of the RAM shortages. Alright, so same thing, left and right. Is it the same every time? Also, she got a big ass too. Square Enix knows what's up. If you're gonna make a booty, make it a big booty. I can't remember too many times where the servers kind of take a dump. Even like with expansions, they actually have a really good like queue system that keeps the servers from exploding. Everybody's looking going over here. Let's follow. Oh shit! This is what I get for following everybody. Get me out of here. Yeah, I can't remember the last time the servers actually like went down. Like 14's weird in some ways, where like I feel like the server infrastructure is like kind of advanced, or like you can tell they've worked a lot on it, but then in other ways it feels very like archaic. Like I don't know if you ever are familiar with like Guild Wars 2 or the Guild Wars games and how their servers work, but they update the servers. Oh, that was the one I needed. Cool. Nice. We only need one more. But they update the servers and everything while the servers are still live. So while you're playing the game, you'll just get a thing saying like, hey, restart your game, there's an update. And there's like no downtime. Meanwhile, another MMO I play is Lord of the Rings Online, where they have weekly server maintenance and the servers go down for hours. And it's just like, oh god. Because I tried streaming it one day, and it's like, oh yeah, we have 4-hour maintenance today. I'm like, well, that's during my entire time of streaming, so that's not gonna work. I don't remember what we've switched to, but it was a good game. I need to switch back to Bard, not Dancer. To be fair, Bard and Dancer kind of do the same thing. Get my buff back up for XP. God, 30 minutes goes really quick in this zone. This is just one of those activities where it's like so fast paced that you're just always going on to like the next thing, where like time flies by. Let's go. Nez, what do you know about 14, by the way? Like, I would love to kind of like set expectations, but if you're like really familiar with the game and know what you're getting into, right on, brother. I made it just in time for this one. It's a Final Fantasy game. Perfect. Hey, listen, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you're in the right camp, because I think one of the biggest things people say about this game is it's a Final Fantasy game first, then it's an MMORPG. And so like, what are Final Fantasy games if you kind of boil them all down? They are character-driven RPGs. Heavy emphasis on story and like lore and world building. And then again, you get the MMO side, which is like the multiplayer. So yeah, no, you got your expectations right. What I'm trying to say is at times there's a lot of dialogue, especially when they're setting up everything, but man, does it pay off beautifully later on.
And I'm not going to be one of those people that tell you need to like watch and read and like retain every single cutscene or piece of dialogue. No, no, no. You can kind of like skim and get like the vibe of what's going on, and you'll still get that same payoff. Because I'll be honest, there's times where like I'm playing and you're like doing the story and it's a slower bit, and I'm just like, just kind of like, let's just skip this along. Let's get to the good stuff, which is usually like the dungeons, and I don't, you know, I don't miss a beat as far as what's going on in the story. What is this one? Familiar tactics. Ooh, tactics. I do have another game on the Switch that I highly recommend. Final Fantasy Tactics. That's one of the best games ever made. And it runs really well on the, you know, the Switch 1. I actually got Tactics early because the remaster came out, what, last year? No. But I bought the physical version for the Switch, and it came like a week early. I was so fucking happy. I opened that sucker up and I played it all weekend. Yeah, the handheld mode, man, I'm jealous. And like the great thing is the controller, like support for this game is really intuitive. It takes a little bit of like getting used to just how to like, you know, what buttons do what. You can actually I think it's with like L1 and another button. Anyways, you can have like your own mouse. Also, oh wait, the Nintendo Switch 2 has its own mouse, doesn't it? Damn. That's really clever. I'm jealous. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm really jealous. Really cool. Really cool that you get to experience it on the Switch 2. I think it's perfect for it. We're almost at level 3. Easy peasy. What is this one? Yeah, familiar tactics. Tactics, tactics, tactics. Love some tactics. So I think somebody was saying that when they have like this little chain thing above their head, it's an enemy that you can kill and you'll get like the chain combination, which when you build up a chain combination, that's when you receive like these gold tokens. So I don't think you can do it against enemies that are like super high level or super like below your level. You gotta kind of be in like that mid range or your average. I think that's what that means. Somebody was saying it. Let's see, does anybody have the unicorn here? No, I don't think so. Ooh, look at this coral. That's sick. The black and red, I love that color scheme. It's like very menacing. Intimidating, and it shows power. Oh, it's this guy again. Okay, we fought him. I think I've seen every boss in this open zone so far. Oh god, I think I'm dead. Hang on. Okay, no. Because I gashed my own health by like 10% with deep freeze. That put Doom on me to do more damage. But then he hit us with a raid wide. I thought it was kind of over there for a second. Oh, good god. There's an AoE. Use Drain Touch. Go Deep Freeze. Give ourselves Doom. Oh god, hang on, I gotta heal first. Oh no. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, we're good. Charge ability. That's something I wonder if they're gonna play more into with Evercold expansion. Is movement abilities. Because right now, like most jobs have just like a regular charge. You know, you just leap towards the enemy or whatever your target is.
But like something like a dancer they can dash forward in any direction as long as they're facing it. They don't need like a target. Oh, I need to avoid these blades. I'm gonna hit by that. Great. I'm gonna get closer to him. I feel like it's easier. And then bards have a way to. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by that. Oh no, I got through. No, I didn't. But bards have like a jump back ability. Very cool. I'm yapping so much, I'm gonna get killed. You've been looking at some of the classes, you want to do Gunbreaker? Gunbreaker's like the cool class, right? It's like the cool tank because you got your cool, like, trench coat. You got the Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, I like Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker's a lot of fun. I have it leveled up. It's the other tank that I play. You can be Squall, yep. There is Squall's outfit in the game too. It looks okay. I don't think they actually did a very good job bringing it like into 14's aesthetic. Maybe if they did like an updated version. I think it was very early on when they added it, so like the pixel count they had to work with, not great. You can get Squall's Gunblade in, I think you have to buy like the digital deluxe edition of Shadowbringers, which they do sell those like separately. But there's a lot of sweet looking Gunblades. I don't think you'll be, oh my god. Pay attention. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the selection. There's a, oh, I need to heal, hang on. Before I get myself killed. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It has a lot of like really cool animations too. Like big fan of Gunbreaker. Like the Garleans, so like the main bad guys, you'll get to know them, but they have Gunblades. But they use theirs more like much like muskets, where they have like a volley they shoot off, and then they just charge in with like a normal like longsword. That's how they use their Gunblades. But where they kind of learn that technique, or that idea, is from like a nation that used like the traditional Gunblade, which is what our characters use, where instead the gun part of the blade actually is used to like heat the blade up so it like cuts through things easier. So it's almost like you're reverberating and then heating up the blade so it like, you know, it just slices and dices. It's very cool. You can also shoot some things with it too, but it's not as it's not like the Garlean Gunblades. Unfortunately, you can't play Gunbreaker right off the bat unless you use like a level skipper. Which I don't know if they'll ever fix that. They're doing something in the next expansion. Yeah, you'll have to start with Gladiator, and then that turns into Paladin. But next expansion, they are doing something to catch people up. I have 4 Vuln stacks. I am collecting them like Pokemon cards. But yeah, but they're doing something next expansion to catch people up. We just don't know what exactly yet. Because again, they did not give us very many details when it was at FanFest. They just like say like, oh, we're doing this. It's like, okay, what are the details? And they're like, we're saving those for next time. It's like, oh, it's okay. They just basically tease. A lot of teases. I think you get Gunbreaker at level 60. I think is when you can unlock it. Which honestly won't take that. I need to run through the middle. I have 5. I have 6 Vuln stacks. Sweet Christmas. Here's my Vuln stacks right here, proudly on display. 6 of them. taking a lot of damage. Alright, this guy's dead. That's a nice chunk of experience. We're gonna hit 32 pretty soon. Alright, let's just teleport back. Ugh, we got 16. I mean, we have 6,000. We're close to the cap. I want to do that. Oh, fuck. We shouldn't have left the fates right there. Really, this entire zone is just fates, fates, fates. And then when a critical engagement pops up, go do that. The treasure pots pop up, you go do that. And then the raid pops up. I don't know what the timer is on that. I don't know if a bunch of people can even do it, because most people look like they're 18. Oh no, this is their job level. I'd have to inspect them to see what their knowledge level are, but I gotta wager that most people are not knowledge level 40 yet. It's a little bit of a grind. I don't mind it. I think when we get to 8,000, I'll dip out, look in the southern horn, see if I can convert any other pieces to the higher tier. And if I can't, then I can just start all over, or, you know, start the peace grind here. There's one, let's go do that. We just did double trouble. Somebody's asking the map chat. Oh, pots are up. Son of a bitch. Go, 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 go. Oh, they've already gotten it. Fuck. I'm not gonna make it, but we'll try. Luckily, the teleport here is actually pretty close to it. Oh yeah, we'll make it, because at the end here, one enemy spawns. Oh, don't you kill it, don't you kill it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make it. Nice. I've gotten scammed the last 2 times, so I'm thinking this time I'm due for my odds to get one of the treasure maps. Because I don't think we've shown that off on stream yet. Okay, this one's dead. Did I get a pot? No, I got shafted again. Dirty, dirty game. Fair enough. Yeah, everybody gets their little pots. And then they start to tell them, hey, far, far north is where a treasure is. And you just go there, kind of dig it up a little bit. Where's the critical engagement? Over there. I don't need that one, but we'll go do it. This should take us to 32. I'm coming, crowd. What is the point of this area over here, I wonder? Oh, wait, treasure. Regular treasure. Ooh, 300 silver. That's actually pretty good. But I feel like there's some areas in this map that aren't used. Usually they throw like bosses, like arenas in each section. And then some have like unique mobs that are good to farm. But yeah, that one's just like up in the sky over there. And I'm just wondering what is the special purpose? Because it kind of looks like there could be an arena. I don't know. This is like one of the parts of the game where the developers will throw in like little secrets. Or like hidden away things to find out. But I mean, with any online game now, many secrets are found out within like 24 hours.
I do like these wing mounts. So like that's like their mount state that they move in. They get their magical wings, and there's different one of them. They're from Dawn Trail, the trial series. Like each boss has a certain wing associated with them, and if you collect all of them with an expansion, you unlock like a super wing set, which I don't remember what it looks like, but it's probably crazy looking. Anyways, I like the wings. But you gotta do the extreme version of the trial. And then you get tokens. That takes a while. And then there's a chance it can drop, but then you gotta roll against your other party members. Kinda like this one the best. I don't know, I have to see them all side by side. Somebody bring in all these mobs. Leave us alone. 16 seconds. And I need Corey to wait. I need somebody to prep this one over here. Oh, maybe that's what this means here. Why the party marked those areas. Because some of the critical engagements, yeah, you have to prep them by killing certain mobs. So maybe I have to... Have I done this one? Once subjected to a sorcerer's cruel experiments, this dragon is now risen again, cursing all who approach. Okay. A little bit of a sucker for a classic dragon boss, you know? Let's avoid the breath. That's a big old Ffxiv. Okay, I'm gonna stand here until you're done. There you go. Ooh, poison. Let's get out of that. I'm looking to see if he has like anything special he's doing. Okay, well, I guess he's flying up. Oh, there he is. Oh god. Wait, zombified. Okay, don't want that to happen. If I get 2 stacks of this, I will become a zombie. Great. Let's avoid that. That's a point blank. Oh, he puts up a shield. Okay. Well, I don't like this. Hang on, I gotta go through and around because it looks like this other side here is not protected. Probably means something, although everybody's moving around. Oh, it's invulnerable unless you're hitting it from that side. Got it, got it, got it. It's kind of hard to get to him. He's 50%. You can't just run through him either because he has a poison puddle right under him. This is cool. This is a nice little mix of mechanics. I like this. I like this. Let's go around this way. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, we got the shield down. Good. Yeah, this is the first time I think I've done this one. Not gonna say it's my favorite, but I think it is, just because it's a dragon. Oh, please don't step in that. Alright, let's do the drain touch. Deep breeze. Let's heal ourselves so we don't get killed by our own doom. Let's hug his butt. Hug the butt. Like classic Dark Souls. Always hang on the enemy's butt. Alright, he's gonna go back up. I think when he flies up and he comes down, if he is running into it, these will explode. I could be wrong. Everybody's standing over here, so I think that's right. Yep, okay, cool. Learning. Conceal before I get killed by my own combination. Okay, we got this.
This was like a raid wide. Yep. Like every tank has their own, obviously, damage mitigation, but it's usually also paired with like a self-heal. That's why you'll hear like people in the community, or you'll see videos of something like a warrior who has a lot of self-healing, solo content, or they'll do like the latest dungeon or whatever with no healer, which is kind of funny. I don't think Paladin is on like that level of self heals, but we've come around. We're decent at it now. Usually for expansions, I want to stand here, yeah. For expansions, we get like an update on some of our abilities. And they usually give you like something new to use, but then they also go back and tweak older abilities and like give them like a new animation. Anyways, one that I think is due for an upgrade is Holy Spirit here, where we just kind of do that. And it like puts like an iced like light crystal on them and it explodes. It's just not as cool as our other like Spellblade moves. Kind of hard to see them with, you know, a fight going on of this size, but yeah, it's kind of the weakest one. I'd be really happy if they give it something cooler, because these other ones, like, look, we like smash the ground with some lightning, and then we have all these spell blades. Like, they're just more flashy. There we go, 32. And some of these critical engagements, they'll drop you like a soul crystal at the end of like a job. That's how you got Necromancer and then Blue Mage. And I guess this one doesn't drop anything. Okay, that's fine. Teleport back. I don't think we'll make it to that one. It's 62%. Let's see. Yeah, 69. Nice. We're not gonna make it. Let's take stock of our inventory. I think we can throw these away. Let's get rid of them. Oh, you know what they're doing, Nez, with the teleport animations? They're letting you change what your teleport looks like. So this is like the base one. You do this. They're changing it where like instead you can have it so your character looks like they're almost like summoning the portal like beneath them, and they'll like drop down into it. Anyways, they're delving into that. You can hear the big dog in the background. But that's really cool. Kind of similar how we were talking about how Dragoons, they're getting ability changes, like animations that you can choose between. Again, they're doing it with your teleports. I think it's a good idea because it's like another avenue to like reward people. Like it's another reward you can put in the game to incentivize people to run content. Oh, the dog. Hang on. I didn't think she was gonna come in, but she did come in. Hi, baby! You wanna say hi? Wanna say hi to everybody? Hang on, let's make sure we're in safe spot. Come here. Come here. Ah, say hi to everybody. Here's the puppers. Big yawn. Good girl. You done barking? You done barking? Okay, good girl. Whoa. See you later. Oh. See you later. Or you can hang out in here. Do what you want, but just no more barking. Damn, I got hit. Hi, baby. You want the pets? I'll give you the pets. Pets all day, girl. Oh, great. We're even getting, we're gonna get credit for this. Sweet. We got the pet the puppy, and we're getting max credit on this fate. I don't think it gets much better. Yeah, I think everybody kind of like, or at least I have like, I love dogs. I love all dogs, but like if I'm going to own a dog, I can only see myself with some variation of a German Shepherd. They're just like, they're my breed, you know? I love their personality. I love their temperament. They're very loyal. They like pick a person that they always hang out with, that they kind of shadow. Ooh, Hellwind. We're going to try that one out. Anyways, that's my girl right there. That's my girl. Unfortunately, she does have, we've already talked about this a little bit on the stream plenty of times, but she does have bone cancer. And so she's missing, well, we had to amputate one of her back hind legs. And so she's kind of on borrowed time. But man, she is happy as can be. And then she goes barking again. Woof, woof, woof. Anyway, that dog is my little shadow. It's kind of like if they had a ranger class in this game, I would 100% be playing it. That's kind of my archetype I usually go to in like a D&D fantasy setting. Because they usually get a pet, but also wilderness, survival. It's cool. Yeah, she gets nothing but love and cuddle. She eats all the good food, and who knows? Maybe we'll get more time than expected. That's the other thing about German Shepherds. The health is not great. Moose! Welcome to the party, pal. Didn't get anything for that. Freeze dried. Welcome to the party, pal. We play 14 on this channel. And we talk about dogs. And D&D stuff. Kind of just RPGs. I feel like that's our stick here. RPGs with maybe some buildcraft. Obviously 14 here. The buildcraft is literally like 0. Like every paladin plays the exact same way. There's no really other choices you can like pick as far as like your skills or putting them into like attributes. No. Everybody plays the same. But because one character can play so many different jobs and so many different like, you know, styles, I don't think it's a big deal in 14. But other like RPGs, say something like Guild Wars 2, they have a really good buildcraft system. We like those, but you can't switch like classes. Oh, it's this dude. Almost looks like Vivi from 9. It's a tiny mage. Kind of feel bad about whooping its ass. Okay, let's see what Hellwind looks like. Okay. I probably could get a better shot of that if I angled the camera, but it looks like it was just like a... Oh, so you got to pick between Hellwind or Deep Freeze. Deep Freeze kind of sets up like an ice wall. So we'll show that off. All right, that's a big fireball. We're going to go ahead and avoid that. We're in danger, Kupo. Energy depleted. Retreat. There's always like these like almost like cutesy enemies, but they are trying to murder us. I gotta tell you, Nez, even if you play Gunbreaker, keep your Paladin around, because once you unlock your sword combination, it looks... Oh, I should probably move. Hang on. Two blue balls. I think we stand close to them. Oh no, they push you. Okay, we avoid that. We avoid those two. And then these two are going to collide like right here. Perfect. Tiny Quake. We're on Mateus. So I think that's the Crystal servers data center. I don't know. Soon enough, NA, we're going to be all one big happy family. As far as like when it comes to queuing, I guess we're starting on this side. Isn't Primal like where all the hardcore people play, which I'm very jealous of, especially when it comes to like queuing into something like Oh my gosh, what is it called? The Deep Dungeons. So I'm really excited for when all the servers get merged as far as like the queue system. Because I'm on an RP server. We RP around here. We're here for the vibe. Freeze, you want... Oh, you're talking about the... Hey, yeah, if you want the unicorn mount, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you can gift that to anybody. You chose me. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I haven't seen anybody riding it, so I can't really show anybody who hasn't seen it yet what it looks like. It is a unicorn. We should probably get out of this. That would be a good idea. Yeah, I think what the promotion is for... Oh, God. Stop talking. Pay attention to mechanics. There's another Vuln stack. I think the promotion's for FanFest, right? Well, that's cool. I don't know who I should probably also get the mount and find someone in a similar size to give some subs to. Because I love me a good horse mount. Tiny Quake. Let's go ahead and avoid this. Boom. Boom. Quake is one of those animations and spells, because other enemies will use it. Man, it's one I can't read very well. Like, especially if it doesn't have any telegraphs. There's a 1v1 fight in the Southern Front. I think it's in Zadnor too, but Lion, one of the generals, he uses it. But you don't get a telegraph on the ground. Thing would kill me all the time. I'm just horrible at reading it. Oh, appreciate it, Breeze. Yeah, we are chill. I'll say that. Humble, sometimes I suppose. But yes, very, very chill. My philosophy with like streaming and stuff is there's no way I could go like be like a high energy person, you know what I mean? Like put on like an act almost. Like we very much go for we're just hanging out, talking about video games, kind of like if we were all hanging out like at like a pub, or if we're really fancy, we would be at a winery. We love wine around here. Nezure Mountor and WoW. Oh God, no! The $100, the what was it called? The dinosaur that has all the vendors attached to it. Dirty tactics there, Blizzard. Is it called the Brontosaur? I know all about it. I'm a big Warcraft fan, but not a World of Warcraft fan, if that makes any sense. Like Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, that's Warcraft. WoW has lost its way, unfortunately. The RTS, it's mind-blowing that those games that Blizzard made in the late 90s and early 2000s are still almost like the best in class in their respective like genres. Like Diablo 2, still regarded as one of the best ARPGs to play. Warcraft 3, still one of the best RTS games to play. And it's like nothing has come out and like really competed with that. I guess you could say Age of Empires, like 4, is like a more modern version that maybe is really good. But again, it's just crazy. I think if you were playing those games back then, you'd be like, man, I can't wait in 20 years what this genre and like Warcraft 4, what's that gonna look like? And it's like, so Warcraft 4, never gonna happen. Let's buff ourselves up again. And then let's wait on a fate. They have like a super collection for all the things for 14, as far as like all the collector's edition. That's sick.
That's a good buy. That's a good purchase. Well, especially if you like the mounts, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. Like there's the rings or the earrings that give you more experience. Those are always very, very helpful, especially because after you do the MSQ, like you can stick to one job and go through the entire MSQ, and that'll keep you on level, and eventually you'll hit max level. But after the MSQ's done, if you want to level, you're gonna have to go through like the duty roulettes, and that's like dungeons that you've already done, or one of the PvP modes. Anyways, those earrings really help make leveling alt jobs a lot quicker. And you know, when we have like 17 of them, I don't know if we have 17, but when we have so many jobs, you kind of just want to like experiment and see what's out there. And I'm really excited for the evolved combat mode. Like I want to know how it's going to play with, especially Paladin here, because Paladin, one of the reasons they're doing the evolved combat is because of like button bloat. And yeah, Paladin has a lot of like niche buttons. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with them. We're going to be forced to walk this way. Okay. Make sure we don't walk into danger. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they mix it up. All right, let's look at this. Hellwind looks like from afar. Rain touch. Hellwind. Oh, okay. So it's like basically like a wind blade. We have Doom on us. Hang on. Doom is off. Good. Alright, let's kill this. Oh, we took aggro. Look at us. I knew we had it in us. Like, if we were competing against a tank that, say, had all of their Phantom Mastery, there's no way we'd be able... Oh, we're right on the edge of this event. Okay. So it almost, like, wants to reset me. Got it. Okay, we got full credit. Excellent. And this one. Alright, let's go back. I feel like this critical engagement pops a lot. Somebody was saying that this map reminds them of like the locks from in like Girabanya from Stormblood. I gotta say I agree, especially with like the staging ground up there. Very similar, kind of in like this old fortress. Go down all these stairs into like a desert area. Yeah, this is kind of like the locks. One of my favorite maps. So that's maybe why I very much enjoy this aesthetic over here. So I think that's the Fork Tower. That's the magic one. That's the dungeon for this, or the alliance raid for this this map. That kind of like culminates everything you're doing here, and we'll finish the story. I still don't know what's going on with the bubbles, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I didn't notice this was a library. Cool. Hellwind. Let's see what this does. Does the potency, increases the potency if we have that drain touch on. Yep. 10% chance to petrify a target. Nice. And then if you hit a petrified target, it kills them. Ooh. What does deep freeze do instead? Freezes, it just freezes them. I guess it also does more damage to enemies that are weak against ice, but this is more damage against enemies that are weak against wind. How do you tell what they're weak against? Is there a skill or like one of the phantom jobs that does like a scan? Because otherwise I don't know. I don't know how to tell. I feel like the other RTS game, back to Blizzard really quick. The other STM, blah 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 blah. The other RTS game, StarCraft. StarCraft 2 is amazing. Probably one of the best games ever made. And we're getting StarCraft news with the next BlizzCon. I'm excited, but I'm also a little nervous because this is modern Blizzard and they fuck up everything. So it's like, don't fuck this up, Blizzard. This is StarCraft we're talking about.
I remind you of a dude that worked at the post office. Yeah, I kind of have that everyday white guy look. Like my son all the time is just like, you know, if anything's on the screen, there's a white dude with a beard. He's like, "Dad, is that you?" I'm like, it's kind of offensive, son, but no. I think we're safe here. 35 is not a prime number. Aha! I know my math. This is our math boss. Alright, let's hit him with Drain and then hit him with Hellwind. We'll heal ourselves. And I think BlizzCon is in... Is it September? Or October? It's soon. It's like we know we're gonna get classic... Hang on, I gotta do math real quick. I think this is a prime. It's not a divisible by 5 though. Math used to be my strong subject in school. Not so much anymore. But Nez, yeah, there's 100% going to be classic World of Warcraft plus. Classic plus. I don't know why I said it like that. You excited about that one? I'm kind of intrigued about a classic plus because I do like the classic like philosophy and vibe of World of Warcraft. Stronger class fantasy, slower pace, more about the adventure. Let's go to this here. Let's give everybody a little... Oh, no. I'm gonna drain you from here, and I'm gonna hit you with Deep Freeze. And then I'm going to hopefully heal myself in time. Okay, we're good. But I feel like those are the two things I'm looking forward to at BlizzCon. Like, whatever the StarCraft announcement is, which I think it's going to be a first-person shooter. Which I can get on board. If I want to be like a Space Marine with a Gauss rifle, that sounds pretty cool. Or like a Ghost with their canister rifle. Shoot a couple of Zerglings. Sounds like a good time. I guess it's really what they say about Classic Plus that I'm like, will I try this out? Prime, we're not, this is 35 is not a prime number, so we're good here. Look at us, doing math. Alright, now these are gonna split. I think it's gonna open up the middle, right? So, here? Perfect. Go ahead and use Clemency. Put on our Sheltron, little regen of the health. Where did the entire server go? There's only 11 of us here, which it's a lot of people, but usually when we're fighting in crowds of like 50, a little bit different. I can actually see what I'm doing. I am kind of sad that in this zone here, we have not experienced any, it does look like our instance died, but I haven't experienced any graveyards where like the entire party has died and you need somebody like from the outside to come in and res everybody. That would happen all the time in Bozja. Yeah, we'll have to check the instance as far as the numbers, because eventually the game will be like, okay, this instance is not getting in any more new players, and we're on a timer. Like I have a, wait, hang on. 5, prime, okay, we're good. We're on a timer, so we're only allowed, what, 3 hours in? You're only allowed to be in the map for 3 hours before you have to, like, re-queue. But the game has stopped throwing in new players, so eventually this server will die. Ah, fuck me. I like Necromancer with this. This works. I gotta unlock Dragoon. I'm trying to remember all the other new ones. And then I got Blue Mage. Ooh, let's go help out our team. Danger, danger. Let's go to the far one. Let's use Hellwind. That's cool. I like that. That's just like slash. Is almost dead. Yeah, he's in the loop now. What is he? He's like a mammoth, like a puppet. His a book as a head, and then what is that as his body? Like a jar? Like an ink? A quill? 33. 33 is not divisible by 4. We're good. The math, it's strong with this party here. All right, perfect. Let's see what the instance is looking like. Oh yeah, it's dead. You can see down here, there's 72 players that are allowed in this map. We're at 24. And the last person that came in has... So you start off with 160 minutes. So these people are down to 133. So this is probably going to be the last people in this map unless they requeue. I don't know. Maybe the game will give us like a new surge of players, but I highly doubt it. Ooh, we can see everybody's level. Hang on. Yeah, not many people are level 30. Let's get out of here real quick. Also, did we get anything unique from that boss? I don't know like all the drops, so I don't know what to be looking out for. It's only been a day. There's a carrot. I don't have a carrot key. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I need to requeue anyways, but let's leave. I want to go to the Southern Horn real quick to check if I can upgrade any of my old gear. Let's go to the Southern Horn. Oh, Southern Horn. I feel like the Southern Horn's gonna be abandoned for a long time now. You really need like a unique system in each map to kind of give them purpose, like longevity. But Southern Horn here is beautiful. I love it. Alright, let's go check with the armor. Because I don't need my chest piece. Augment 1. I just need to buy these materials. So what do we have here? We have attribute +1, which is not this one. But let's see if we can... Mac or Forsaken, thank you, brother. Welcome, welcome. God, we're getting a lot of subs today. Is this just because we're playing 14 and it's got the thing going on? That's crazy. Or Forsaken, you got a gift sub. Mac, thank you for sending out a gift sub. That's awesome, brother. That's weird. I see it in the chat log, but then the actual screen shows something different. I don't know how Twitch works, everybody. Alright, so we need 3 of these Aether Spawn, and then 3 of these vials. Okay. Which you get from this vendor. I don't think we're gonna... Ooh, we might have enough. I was writing myself off there. I might be dumb. Am I looking at it and I can't see it? I think it's under Battlecraft, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, I do have 3. I have 3, but I need the other one, which is probably... Oh god, it's from the gold pieces. I don't think I have enough gold pieces. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm just short. That's diabolical. Okay. Maybe I should do a little bit of the Southern Horn. Shit. I would do this on my own time, off stream. But I only need 1 more of these, and I can upgrade one of my other, like my helmet here. And then I would get basically a free upgrade in the next zone, so I wouldn't have to spend any currency. Because it like kind of carries over. It kind of like is a reward system for if you grind it out this area, you get really easy access to almost the better tier in the second area. Okay. So I'll do that for the helmet, and then that'll be an easy upgrade. So we need just to buy 2 more pieces. We have enough to buy 2 pieces. I think we'll just go with the gloves and the legs in the next area. Actually, no, that's dumb. No, it's not dumb. Never mind. It doesn't really matter. I was going to say because the legs, I think, give you better stats. Like a bigger quantity. It's not a big deal. I don't know why we're trying to min-max this. This is Final Fantasy 14. Easy peasy. Alright, let's go back in. We will grab... Technically, we can just grab whatever we want. Let's just make it easy. Let's grab the headpiece. Let's grab the gloves, and we'll just kind of go down our little armory here. So, helmet. Oh, wait. I'm not at 8,000 yet. Let's wait. Is this a populated zone? Yes. See, 179. It means new people are being funneled into this map. Where are we at, team? Gale Force encounter. Can I make it there in time? Probably. Ah, wait. Switch to Bard. And then we can give ourselves a buff for XP, which is probably the most important thing for us right now. And boom. Now we get a little bit more combat experience. I think it's only like 10%, but honestly, I think 10% is a pretty big deal. Oh, there's a critical engagement. Where's it at? Okay, that's the Necromancy one. I already have the Necromancer, obviously, but we'll still do it for the experience and everything. I need to get rid of this way marker here. Oh, okay. Easy. Yeah, this map rocks. It's just a good looking zone as far as being this almost like rundown. I mean, you got these big ass buildings, almost like cathedrals. Very spooky. Who's gifting more stuff? Thank you, I appreciate it. Forsaken, is you? Oh. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome to the party, pal. I see, I get it. I get the appeal now. Everybody, this is why everybody does the drops things. You know, with whatever game's going on. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, we're very much very chill, very hobby based around here when we stream. And yeah, we're just having a good time. We do a lot of yapping. I'm trying to think like what projects we have going on or that are going to come up. Like for example, I was going to say next month. Yeah, we're still in July. August, the Star Wars Zero Company game comes out, which is kind of like XCOM, and that's very much up my alley because it's, you know, it has that build craft with your soldiers, but also I really like Star Wars. So that'll be a lot of fun to stream on the channel. And that'll be something we do like day after day. Like we did some like first impressions for like Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, which was fun. But that game is very involved as far as like with the numbers. Random question, how's the PvP? That's a great question. We can do a PvP match after this. I don't mind showing you, but what I would say is it's serviceable. It's okay. I'm just comparing it to Guild Wars 2. And Guild Wars 2's PvP is really good for an MMO. And then 14's is, it might feel like a little Hang on. Monkey see, monkey do. I'm joining the tank brigade. This is just like the dumb shit that you do in MMOs, right? You see people doing something, there's no reason behind it. They're like, oh yeah, I'll jump in on that. Like, when the creator of the Berserk manga, he passed away, the entire 14 community in like the most populated city, which is Ul'dah, everybody switched on over to their Dark Knights, and there's like a pose you can do, which is like you just hold your sword, your great sword, out in front of you, and like there was like a vigil held. I want to say it was like for over a week, and everybody was just like standing in line along the street, side by side, all in their Dark Knights to show like
support and love for what was created. And yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, sad, but also, yeah, epic. It's just like, again, this feel like one of the strengths of an MMO is like there's social elements. And a game that, and some companies, when they look at adding content or things to do in a game, they look at like the monetary return. They're like, okay, if we add this into the game, what kind of, kickback are we gonna get? And you really can't think like that with an MMORPG. You just gotta put in social elements that just keep people engaging with one another for whatever reason. And I bring that up because of like Destiny 2. Play a lot of Destiny 2, but there's a plenty of stories about how the developers, the people actually working on the game were like, okay, the community wants housing. Or like guild housing, somewhere they can hang out and like collect things and show, trophies of the bosses they've killed. And the higher ups would be like, okay, how does that make us money though? And like they couldn't determine how much money you were going to get on the return for that. And so they wouldn't implement it. Because it was like too unpredictable, or they couldn't see the appeal or the reason why you'd want to put that in a game. Anyways, that shit drives me crazy when things are decided by money in video games. 14, on the other hand, I think they do an excellent job. I mean, they keep updating housing stuff. Hang on, I gotta avoid these damn zombies. Up! Don't explode on me. Anyways, it's that social element that you can't really like put on a spreadsheet, right? We need to stand here, and we're safe. Yeah, it does go like that in a lot of industries. It's just kind of is what it is. We got some dead people here. It's like you need that balance of the artistic side, but then you also need to budget whatever project, because video games are expensive. You need to budget it with the audience that you're, trying to capture. And the budget and the audience, they have to be like aligned, right? You can't throw a AAA budget at a game that's only going to sell 200,000 copies. Especially with like how expensive video games are now. Like, for example, Xbox. They gave all of their studios basically a blank check and said, make whatever you want. Well, turns out a lot of them had not very good ideas when it came to a video game as far as like, again, the budget and then who is this game for? And so they would burn a lot of money with AAA budgets for games that were not selling very well. And it didn't work out. You need somebody with the oversight to say, okay, either the budget gets like slashed in half because this does not have market appeal, or you need to make a game like Fallout 5. Because they released one game, it was like South of Midnight, which by all accounts, critically, people loved it. But it did not sell well. And it had a AAA budget, or a really high budget. And so it did not make its money back. And I think the studio had to let go a lot of people, or maybe it was closed down. It's just like you can't do that in the gaming industry. There's too much money at stake. But in the case of Final Fantasy XIV here, you already have an established community. You have a revenue source with the subscription that you could tell, okay, how much money are we going to bring in month to month? What can we develop? Where can we experiment? It's kind of easier to navigate once you get that, that fan base, the people who are going to spend money. Which sucks for new MMOs because you have to do a lot of legwork right out the gate to get people on board. And you're competing with 14, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, ESO, all these games that have years and years of content. And this is why the MMO genre is dying, or dead. And it's one of my favorite genres. I want to stand here.
This looks safe. And I think Sony's gonna run into this problem too, very soon with their games. As far as being like way over budgeted, not selling gangbusters. Oop, let's stay right here. Like, I think one of the best stories is something like, is it Sandfall? Whoever made Expedition 33, their development staff is like under 100. People like to say 50, but I've heard different things. But Play Obscure Expedition 33 sold really well, and obviously won game of the year, and all this shit. They didn't take all that money and then hire like a bajillion people. You know what I mean? They kind of keep it in the bank. They're gonna do their next project, and if their next project, say, like flops, nobody's getting fired, right? Because they have all this money banked up to say, okay, swing and a miss, we'll do better next time. Or they don't need that immediate return, you know, if their next game isn't as popular. Moral of the story, Western studios are cooked as video games. Oh, we got more notes. We already had those ones. Okay. We can sell all this back and get more silver. Medic! Is anybody rezzing this person? Or this person? Yes. Okay. We don't need to stay, because I could switch to a white mage and do that. Oh, they're not taking the reses. Okay, that was making me nervous. I was like, I don't want to be an asshole, because I was just literally talking about how these people were dead. I didn't want to abandon ship if they weren't being picked up. Oh, somebody's really happy they got the necromancy shard so they can play the necromancer job. Cool. It is pretty good, I will say that. Okay. Woo. Let's go to the next fate over here. Very good, very good. I need to make sure I don't throw this shit away, because right before like the next expansion, I do basically purge my entire like armory with all my gear and my bag slots. Because there's just a bunch of crap that's like, am I ever going to use this again? And it's like, probably not. Let's go through our magic combination. Oh dear God. How are we still alive? Oop, let's use Hellwind, and then we will heal. I am somebody who, I hate clutter, right? Like in Baldur's Gate 3, the amount of time that I spend organizing my bags or just selling stuff so it's like clean and I only have the items that, because the game throws like a crap ton of items at you, like elixirs and stuff, and like they're good, but just like with my playstyle, I'm just like, I'm never going to use these, and I'm very familiar with the game, I know what I need. Like, I spend so much time just like decluttering. I feel like I need to go through my glamour dresser, but I'm kind of scared to. Oh my God. Resident Evil 4. Managing my case. I love it. There's like a 6 satisfaction. Did, in the original Resident Evil 4, did they have an auto sort? Because they do in the remake. And I feel like I spent a lot more time in the original Resident Evil 4's inventory. Okay, that was it. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, the original. Yeah, you're spending so much time like tweaking each item and like rotating it around. That was fun. This one always pops up. We just did it. I mean, fine by me. I'll do it again. All right, we're at 32. This is gonna hit 33, and then we'll have 7 more levels. That's amazing. I feel like tomorrow we will hit 40, and then we will be able to do the Forked Tower. Usually we try to save Fridays for like Baldur's Gate 3. And right now we're doing the Trials of Tav, which is like a rogue-like mod. Anyways, very excited to pick that back up.
That was a lot of fun. But I think we're gonna stick with 14 here. Yeah, you do get like one item and then everything gets fucked up over again. Yeah. If anybody wants to invite me to their party, please. Kronos, I think we'll sit after we're done with Zero Company. Because that'll be... I don't know when that'll be. I have no idea how long that game will be, or if it'll even like keep our interest. But October, man, I think it's just going to be like kind of like survival, horror, scary games. So I think we'll just pick up with 4. We'll move into 5. We'll play 6. And I don't know if we just then go 7, 8, 9, or if we do like go back to the remake of 1. We gotta play the remakes. I don't know. I don't know how we'll do it in order. Everything's kind of fucked up because all the remakes now. Not playing 0. I'm not touching Resident Evil 0. I've heard nothing but bad things about it. I love doing Resident Evil marathons because they're short games. You know, you can finish them within like 6 hours or something. God. I don't know if I'm doing 0. I don't know. I commit to nothing. It's also why I like the FromSoft Dark Souls games prior to Elden Ring, is because like Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, they're not overly long games. And they're really fun. So those are also going to be, those are definitely on the docket this year to play through, because I got the whole setup now. We can stream PS5 games, actually my PS3 as well. But Demon Souls and Bloodborne are obviously locked on console. Unless we do some shenanigans. 0 is the hardest classic, is that what you're saying? Nez, how'd you like a Resident Evil 4 remake on your PS5? Pretty awesome, right? I gotta tell you, the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller, it's amazing. This is my Helldivers 2 controller, by the way. I was a big Helldivers 2 fan. I still kind of am. It's just the developers kind of suck. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 remake with the haptic feedback and all that. Oh, it feels so good to play. Oh yeah, level prime. Yeah, 33 is not a prime number. 3 goes into it. Like, the thing is, if we play 0, I really don't want to, like, bitch and moan the entire time. Like, God damn it, Rebecca! Where'd you drop that shotgun? Yeah, I love it when... I love that the Resident Evil game, the remakes, I feel like they're made for those controllers. They just feel good. It's like the next evolution, I think, of like console gaming, is to have your control. Well, wait, hang on. Prime, I'm good, but I'm gonna go over here. No, I'm fine either way. Cover to cover. I think he's gonna hit in front of him and then behind you. Yep. Losers. Oh. Nez, have you played, did you play Resident Evil 9 Requiem? Because I love Resident Evil 9. Great game. Fantastic. Probably my game of the year so far. What has come out this year? You didn't, but you watched a buddy play it? Yeah, I think it's amazing. I was just gonna say, I feel like the shooting in actually Resident Evil 4 is better than Requiem, but Requiem's still, like, again, I think it's my game of the year. I'm trying to think, what has come out this year? so far. Like, what has everybody else played that they're like, I think this is the best game this year so far? I guess there was Crimson Desert. A lot of people like Crimson Desert. I didn't play it. Maybe I'll get around to it eventually. I feel like I need to do a list. This is why we have Google, and I guess why we have like AI now. So I can ask them questions and it can just make me a really easy list without a shit ton of ads in my face. We're safe here. Requiem did come out this year. Yeah, it came out in February. Don't do that to me. I have memory issues too. I'm like, did it really come out this year? Yes. I only say I'm only 100% certain because we haven't gotten any like story, like paid DLC, right? Ooh, go over here. I think I saw a statistic from Capcom saying that Resident Evil 4 Remake is like their best-selling game now. Or something like that. Or it's like the highest-selling game out of Japan that's not from Nintendo. Which is like, okay, good. Yeah, time's a weird thing. It goes by quick. Like, I feel like I've been in like the Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail era for far too long. I'm very ready to move on. Yeah, 33 is not prime. I think I'm good in all these. Because it's not divisible by 5. And then it wasn't also divisible by 4. Okay. But I am so excited for Evercold. Just like a new vibe, new story. It's just like a chunky bit of 14 content. And we're ready. I am tempted to pick up our from the beginning 14 all the way to Evercold, but man, that would take so long. If we did it, probably have to do a lot of skipping when it comes to reading dialogue. And I don't really like reading anyways on stream. Somebody stand in that tower, please. Good. I could be doing my magic combination. Hellwind. That's cool. Reading? What's that exactly? They pay me to lead, not to read. I already have to do math. I'm 34. Let's see. 5. Okay, we're good here. We're not good over there, and we'd be good there. Okay, so these two halves are good. They could go a lot harder and like more punishing on these math mechanics, but oops, I switched to my AoE. Thank God they don't. Into the middle, and this thing's dead. One of the changes I love they did with this game is the bosses. Oh, we leveled up. Sweet. The bosses have their cast bar, like what abilities they're doing, will show up next to their like health that's above their head when you select them. Because usually when you select a target, you can have like the whole health bar and like say like 100%, and like this is where like it'll all show up, but it'll be like static. But the way I have it is like more immersive, where you actually see their health bar above their head, so it'll move with them. Anyway, but from there, you can see what abilities they're using, and then when they're gonna, you know, pop off. Kind of digging that. I can't tell the percentage of health they're having, but I'm not having any trouble as far as like reading abilities, which kind of digging it. I like the minimal
UI, and I feel like I've done about as good as I can do. Like you watch some streamers, especially with like WoW, it's literally like a spreadsheet across the board, and it's like, where's the game? You know what I mean? Or they have their camera so zoomed out, their character's like literally like a little speck, and there's just like effects going off everywhere, and then they have their menus and all their cooldowns and their hotbars that are like right in the middle. That shit drives me crazy. So see, I don't know if he actually did it there. Yeah, that shit really bugs me when I'm watching people. Chronos is the best I can do. Like, for me, like, right now, we could see the Chimera's health up there, but also, and I just got hit by a bunch of things. Holy hell. Damn it, Chronos, you almost got me killed again. Okay, but also, as like a secondary position, right over here, this is like the threat meter. And then I also have his ability going off like right here on the screen if he's doing something big. So I essentially have like 3 locations. I can see what what the boss is doing. So you can see like left, duo breath, and it was right there and right there. Just trying to make it as clean as possible while not taking away any like really important information. Like, I think I have everybody else's like debuffs, or like if they have like dots or anything on the enemies, I think I have those cooled away, because it's like, I don't need to know that my allies are kind of doing what they're supposed to, if that makes any sense. So I'd rather just see what I'm applying to an enemy. Not, yeah, we tried to do the bare minimum, but it's still like an MMO at the end of the day, so it's like, it's always going to be cluttered. Like, games I love that do it extremely, like their UI extremely well, it's something like Dead Space. I think Dark Souls and all those games do their UI. It's just very clean, right? And I don't know if it's possible with an MMO, just because you get a lot of abilities, you got a lot of buttons, there's a lot of effects. Oh, yeah, there's, oh yeah, turning off other people's effects is like a must, or else it is just, it's already a light show and kind of like a visual vomit. But if I'm seeing what everybody else is doing, completely like unreadable. Like, if you don't know what like if you're not familiar with the Paladin and like the Paladin animations, yeah, this looks like visual vomit. But like, I'm familiar with it, so like I know what my character's doing. And it's like one of those things. I'm gonna go over here. Like, look at those cones, those are huge. Like, I really appreciate the fact that 14 will, oh, do you have, Forsaken, do you have some modded, stuff? I'm gonna get hit a lot. Do you have some modded animations? Like, the customization in this game is crazy. I don't think it's against terms of or I should say, I don't think they'll come after you anymore if you do have like a modded animation set anymore. Okay, got it. Well, it's against terms of service. Actually, I don't know if it is still, because there are streamers now where they will change what their characters look like, as far as like they'll give them a big ass or something like that, and they don't come after them. Oh, they're brave. Got it. I've heard conflicting things now. I heard they don't care anymore. I don't know. I feel like if they are making animations a thing as a reward, they would start to maybe crack down on that side, because let's be honest, they might monetize that shit. I'm a good boy though. These are all the base animations. Are we gonna make that? Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I've said that before too. With as long as you're not
giving yourself a advantage. They don't really care what you do. Like if you just give your character a bigger butt, it's not going to, that doesn't affect gameplay. But yeah, if you can like zoom your camera all the way out into the stratosphere, although I have an argument against that. People with, this game supports ultra wide monitors. And there's the one, they posted the one thing with bigger booty gives you more DPS, duh. There's the one thing where it shows you the ultra wide monitor of what Final Fantasy XIV looks like versus the normal. Ultra wide monitors are pay to win. What the? Oh, I didn't make it. But you can just see so much more with an ultra wide. Like, it's crazy. And that is an advantage. You can say what you want. If anything, I would like them to just let us zoom out even more. Yeah, it's a huge advantage because you can see, because some of the bosses are just huge. And if you can see the whole arena, you'll be able to spot things happening in the corner. You get a better view of the arena as far as like foot placements and like where mechanics are actually going to hit. Anyways, so the whole zoom out camera thing, you know, I'm 50-50 on it as far as, I don't know if I would exactly punish people. Like, okay, if you're going like into the stratosphere with the camera, maybe that's a problem. But again, ultra wide monitors get to see a lot. Okay, so I missed that one. Boo. But like, what mods do I have on? I do have some plugins. I literally have a plugin that literally just tells me what song is playing. I don't think Square Enix is gonna come knocking on my door for it. And then you have like all the mods and plugins that like help with housing and placing items and like making things float, which I think they're trying to fix themselves. We're supposed to have a big, they want to do 2 big housing whatchamacallits, updates in Evercold, but they didn't really talk about them. And the biggest issue in this game, after this. Well, first off, we need to show off a PvP match. We'll just do an arena match. They don't take very long. But it is the result period for the lottery for housing. So we can go see if I won. I probably didn't. I have yet to win a lottery for a house. I had a house. I got rid of it. It was a small house. But yeah, I let my subscription lapse. I was like, whatever. And then they announced the fact that you're going to be able to like upgrade your interiors, and I was like, son of a bitch. Anyways, biggest issue with housing in this game is freaking the scarcity. Not everybody can have a house. Yeah, my first house I got during Housing Savage. Sat there, and I clicked. I think I was just watching Netflix, and I literally had like, I had to press like 2 buttons over and over and over again. But yeah, the scarcity of housing and how limited it is nuts. I don't know how they haven't fixed it yet. It's like one of the biggest issues in this game. What is this doing for me? Battle high. Thrill the battle has enhanced some various capabilities. Okay, that's not giving me anything like super important. I got you, brother. I will res you. I can remember what everything looks like. Okay, they got them. They're quicker than me. Yeah, not everybody having a house does hit too close to home. All right, let's go out real quick. Let's go see if I won a house. There's only one area that I want a house, and that is in Ishgard. Our free company house. So my free company, our house is in Ishgard. And we do have a pretty good one. Obviously, we have a large. But yeah, this is our house. Pretty good spot and location too, because it's like right next to like the bathhouse that's in the housing district. Again, this is all RP stuff. It doesn't mean anything. But our plot here. I don't like the outer design. It's dumb. Maybe we'll fix that later. But yeah, our house kind of... we need to fix this. Anyways, let's go see if I want a house.
Anyways, this housing ward is amazing. It's like got that gothic medieval vibe, spikes and spears everywhere, cathedrals. This place is beautiful. Where did I put my house? Hang on now. Okay, it's a result period. Okay, and I put my house down in the 18th ward, 47. Got it, got it, got it. Oh, I'm already here. No, somebody got it. How do I know that? Because it's not available. That just ruined everything. Which one was it? 47. Son of a biscuit. Well, that really... Yeah, it's time to burn it down. We'll see how close I was. And how many entries there were. My only issue with this place is the Aetherites to like switch to a subdivision. Not close. Yeah, this is the house I wanted. Damn it. I just want a medium. I don't want a small house anymore. I want a big house. I've earned it. Anyways, I'm amazed they haven't fixed housing. Which they did talk about. They talked about the fact that World of Warcraft, the way they implemented housing, was really good. And so hopefully they're taking notes and they figure something out. This is supposed to be my house. Alright, let's see. Does it tell us ahead of time how many people... I'm 35. That's my lottery number. The winning number was 16, and then there... How many entries were there? It doesn't tell us. Okay. Maybe next time. Son of a bitch. So there were at least 30. I was like one of the last people actually because I put in the lottery yesterday. So I had like a 1 in, we'll just say 1 in 40 chance. It's not horrible odds. It's not great, but some servers literally have like every single house is over 100 entries. But then you have some dead servers where there's open houses everywhere. Yes, I think Mateus is on Crystal, I believe. I don't know all the names off the top of my head as far as servers. I didn't really register like the great divide between the servers. But now I get it. Primal's like where everybody goes to raid. Mateus over here, I guess Crystal's a little more casual. Alright, PvP. Kronos, you want to see PvP? Let's do some PvP. So they have Frontline here. Frontline is literally... It's a 1 versus 1 versus 1 faction. So 3 factions all fighting each other in a free-for-all, and it's a lot of people. A lot of people means sometimes there's latency issues, animations are just all over the place. Crazy. Kind of just... I mean, I don't think you can fix that issue in any MMO when you put a bunch of players together. It's just going to be a visual clusterfuck. And chaos. That's kind of the appeal of it, right? Like in Guild Wars 2, when you go into world versus world, it's literally blobs versus other blobs of players. And it's like, which blob is going to win? And there's a fun appeal to that, because you're just one soldier in this giant fight. But if you actually want to like feel your contributions, you're not going to do it in any mode like that. They do have Arena. Why can't I do Ranked? Oh, for some reason, ranked matches is unavailable for Crystal. I gotta travel to Primal. Why is that a thing? Huh, that's weird. Anyway, we're just gonna do a casual match. And it just gives you some very basic tomes. Tomes are basically like the currency, like the universal currency in the game. Anyways, let's join a match. Less than 5 minutes. The queues pop really quick. I'm just looking at my currency for the week. So I've only been playing for like 2 days and I've done nothing but the Northern Horn. And we're almost at our weekly tome cap. We're like the highest tier of tome. So we only need 100 more. I'm done tome grinding in this game. When did they do that? When did they switch the rank to Primal? And I guess why?
Because right now the servers work like, okay, there's NA, or there's the NA data center, and then there's Primal, Crystal. Is there one more? But anyways, within these server Dynamis, yeah, there's Dynamis. What do they call them? Like server clusters? I don't know. Or like then like 7 other server names. And so when we're using the queuing system, you're only in like your cluster. Eventually, yeah, the data centers. But soon, I think later, maybe in October, whatever the next big update is for this expansion, they're gonna add the queue system. So if you're in NA, you're all in the same like matchmaking pool instead of everything being separated out. So it should make queue times even quicker. I already think they're pretty quick, but they'll be faster, which is gonna be great. Yeah, it sucks for if you're on Dynamis because there's not that many people playing on Dynamis, and so queues probably take forever. It's really an answer for dead servers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna fix that issue, right? Which is great. Good. You don't want to be on dead server. That's bad. But at least prior to when they do that update, you can visit other data centers. I think the only thing you're restricted on is obviously your house. Can't buy a house in another data center, and then you can't use your retainer, which your retainer is like your access to a market board or just selling stuff. I think you can still buy off their market boards. Yeah, you can. 14 has a weird market system. I always just think of Guild Wars 2, where like it's very streamlined how the economy works in that game. Anyways, it's a 5 versus 5. And it's a payload. Push the payload. So think like Overwatch. The only time I took PvP serious in this game, which I think a lot of people took when, like, the only time we've taken PvP seriously was like season 1 of this new style of the rank system. I got all the way up to crystal rank, which you can only show off like with your portrait now, right? No. Oh god, I need to put my helmet on. I don't know where I can show it, but yeah, got the crystal rank 1, and I thought I'm good to go. I don't need to do any more of the ranking system. I just hate rank systems when you have a team, because it's always like a 50-50 split. It's like, all right, do I have a team that's like ass, or do I have a team that's going to completely wipe the floor of the enemy? Hello there, love. Okay, where'd you go? I kind of have to remember what my buttons do. Probably should go for their healer. Yeah, they're gonna come for me. But yeah, you need somebody on the point. I don't have any help. Hey, baby. Put my shield up. I need to give ground. I'm going to lose here. Yeah, I didn't have anything. I popped too many things. That was a gunbreaker, by the way, that just whooped my ass. Nez, if you saw. But PvP in 14, like, it's fine. I think it's serviceable. It is like a little floaty. Just given that 14 has a more slower paced combat. Now, go for... This is my stun. Hit them hard. Okay, they went into their, like, super shield bubble, so you kind of, like, want to wait till it goes down, and then you hit them with the good stuff. Okay, got one. Like, really, as a tank here, I really should just be staying on the point and then making sure they don't push it farther than us. I'm really just trying to survive. It's tank versus tank. Ooh. Oh, he got the health. That was dumb.
Shouldn't let him do that. That was a good confetti ore by me. Hit a lot of them. Like, everybody has like a self heal and some sort of like sustain. But obviously, like, tanks have like the most. Oh, don't kill me. Put my guard up. I'm gonna have my limit break up soon, which puts me in an invulnerable state. Here we go. Suckers. Go after the gunbreaker. Okay, he's getting away. No, he's not. Get back here. Ah, I got the health. Yeah, you kind of gotta balance out, like, when are you gonna use your stun? Or, like, your slow? So I can be a little more tactical with when I'm using my, my stun. I think it's just my charge. I don't know, they balance, they actually do balance PvP pretty often and change up how skills work. There's my stun. And then what does this do? Shield Smite. Kind of reminds me of like Diablo 3. The Crusader. They have like a blinding shield move. Kind of look like that. And usually when somebody puts up their guard, you kind of just want to move on from them. But also don't let this sneaky person come over here and push the payload. No, I don't like it, you two. I'm not going to be able to win this 2v1. I think it's really difficult to actually win a 2v1 in this game, unless you have like your ultimate move. And now we're going to run away. We're going to grab this potion. Got it. And now if I wanted to, we could flip it on him. Yeah, notice the gunbreaker here is a dude in a chocobo suit. I hate him. He got me. A lot of it does come down to like, what's on cooldown for you? And that's kind of how it's balanced. And we lost. Embarrassing. Forsaken, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we'll be winding down soon. Damn, we've been streaming for quite a bit. We usually try to hit the like 3 to 4 hour mark. Anyways, there's PvP. It's not bad. But it's just not, I don't think you can really just play PvP in Final Fantasy XIV and be satisfied, you know? I feel like there's just like certain games, man, I just get in the mood and I lose track of time when we're playing them. Oh yeah, with PvP, yeah, isn't there a whole, hang on, you just brought up the whole thing with, I think you can select skills as a tank. I don't think I put anything useful on. Hang on. Menus. I hope you love menus. Lots of menus. Here we go. I had Rampage. I didn't have this on my bar. Well, this explains a lot. So this is, hey, a little bit of buildcraft. Anyways, you can select one of these 3 abilities that really kind of change up what you're doing. I wasn't using Rampage. I didn't have this on my bar. Well, I'm a dummy. But anyways, when you do PvP, you have this like almost like battle pass for the season that you can unlock some things. Some of it's okay. Like you get an emote, usually culminates in you got a gear set, a minion. If I'm being honest, they need more loot in this because it's always just these crystal currencies, which you run out of uses for those really quick. But it's a decent system. They update it, they keep up with it, so I can't say it's like forgotten content. Like no, they keep up with it. They do a good job. One day I'll get back into PvP, just not this day. Usually the things that drives me to do PvP is the rewards. There's nothing lately that I've looked at, I'm like, ooh, I need that. Back to the Phantom Village.
And then also doing the front line, so the really chaotic, like, big battle PvP queue, which is at the frontier, the roulette. This gives you like half a level towards a job that you're still leveling. So it's amazing for that, because it's kind of like you queue into it, you turn your brain off, you just kind of follow the crowd, whatever, and you get a big reward once a day from it. The daily roulette system here is really good. Just for like casual, you want to log on, you want to do something in 14. You could literally just go down the list and you're going to get a lot of tomes, which you then use to facilitate gear, weapons, etc. Materials, levels. It's a good system. I think every game needs this. It kind of bridges the gap, or it puts everybody in the melting pot. If you're like a beginner, you're in the middle of like an expansion, you're an endgame player, it throws everybody into the mix. Whereas a game like we were talking about, like Lord of the Rings Online, you have the people who are just beginning the game, and then there's the people at the end of the game, which their max level right now is 160. And leveling isn't fast in that game. So you have the entire middle people who are just leveling. You'll never see anybody. And none of these players are playing together. So it's like very lonely for a huge stretch of the game. It's a problem. But in 14 here, no, they solved it. They kind of miss out on that like organic interaction of like seeing people and kind of getting that community aspect out in the field. But they tap into a little bit of that with Occult Crescent. We'll do a little bit more. Oof, actually. Nope, I gotta tend to the puppy. And then get myself some food. So I think we are gonna call it here for now, guys. Yeah, rest of the day I'm just gonna be playing more of this. This is the good stuff. And hopefully I can get us yeah. So does that mean goodbye? Yeah, it does. Hopefully I can keep. Hey guys, thank you for the gifted subs for your mount. That's awesome. I appreciate that you guys did that for me. You didn't have to, but thank you. Yeah, we're just very chill vibes around here. We keep it we just keep it at an even tone. I don't know. I curse and we get excited sometimes. But yes, thank you guys for hanging around. I'm going to try to get my knowledge level very close to 40. That way tomorrow we can kind of show off what the hell have we been working towards. I've been talking about this dungeon in this raid in this area. Well, what does it all mean, Basil? So we'll show that off tomorrow, and that'll be really fun. But yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow, same time. Until then, peace. I do love it when I get to hit the end screen with this game. The music in the background. 14's music is it's amazing.